I love how I have everything set up immediately, and it's just like, wow, okay, we're gonna change what your headset is immediately. So good. Hello. Welcome on in. Congratulations, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Congrats, Raffle, on 100% right now. Make sure to check your lust levels throughout the stream today. Oh, hi. Lissy. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Experience, for the resub. Congratulations. The 21 months. Let's go. We're almost at full 2 years of streaming. Grapes, welcome on in. Hello, Felix. Hope you're all doing fantastic. Okay. All right. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna switch the screens. Hello, welcome on in, Rainbow.
Hi. Okay.
You're
Oh
all,
my goodness.
take a deep
Okay.
breath.
Yeah.
It's
So
okay. I know this
I'm
is this
so
is a big day for you. Um,
okay. Yeah. Huge day. I have been fixing bugs all week, and I don't think I got them all. So brace yourself. This could go really well or really badly. I don't
I'm
know.
sure it's gonna go amazing. All right.
I I have no idea. This okay. Let's. My job has ruined my life with this fanfic. My goodness gracious. I'm like, yeah, I've only started this, 8 months ago. It's fine. I had to learn a whole new coding system from scratch because the system I used for Lizzie's fan fiction didn't work for this one. So that was fun. I've been going through a lot, man. I might start sobbing if anything goes wrong, but that's okay.
No, 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 no sobbing. Unless it's like, because of something actually happening in the story, not because of the
Oh
bugs.
yes.
Okay?
Yes. Yeah. I'll try to mute when a bug happens because I will probably scream. I tried so hard. I kid you not. Every day after work, I'm like, okay, this was missing a bracket, fix it. This was missing a backward slash, fix it. I've been going through it, right?
I'm sure. But, we're all here for fun and games, okay? We're not gonna,
Okay.
we're not gonna go
Yes.
crazy, nitpicking everything that's happening.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's my disclaimer. I can see it on screen now. Oh God, it's happening.
It's happening!
Everyone panic.
All right, so for those of you who don't know what's going on and why everything looks weird and why I'm a weird humanoid crab with chest hair right now, um, this is the subathon goal that was hit back in last May for a fanfic read along dinner date with chat. Rainbow very kindly, graciously offered to write the fanfic, and I thought this was going to be a quick, one and done kind of thing. And then she proceeded to be like, and it's going to be a choose your own adventure, and there's going to be a whole cast of characters, and there's going to be multiple endings, and there might be music potentially. I don't no idea.
No, I could not get music to work for the life of me. I have the music, but it will not play properly. So we just cut that feature out. I only spent half a month on it. It's fine. I'm
Oh
okay.
no!
It's just, I'll figure it out eventually. I'm going to have to follow more tutorials. I want to reiterate, this is my second attempt at doing one of these. So this has gone wild.
This is way more than I was expecting. You've already blown me out of the water with it. So
Yes.
good job.
Yes.
But we're all here for a good time, good vibes. If anybody is in chat who is a streamer and would like to join in the Discord chat, you are more than welcome to. Or if you just want to sit there and watch and just live chat, comment, feel free to do that too. But yeah, so I guess starting off, we'll go with the disclaimer that you have at the front here.
I always have to have a disclaimer.
The following story was written as part of BeachHoboRay subathon goal. It spun wildly out of control, very quickly, and without meaning to, and I will not apologize for the end result, as I had too much fun making it. The story is written with a special sort of sincerity and silliness, and the tone will entirely depend on the choices you make. About 70% of this story comes from jokes, stories, and memes from Ray's chat, and they had no idea that I was deciding to take a single joke and make an entire story thread of it. I suspect many of you will not remember them at all, but nevertheless, my commitment to the bit remains, as it should. As a mild warning, we have trigger warnings, I guess. Mild warning, this
Yes.
game contains horror fantasy elements, harems, and death. Beware that this is only the second game I've ever made, so any spelling and grammar mistakes are the fault of Faye and definitely not me. Are you ready to be the heir?
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I see the title of this is The Heir of Cinadore?
Cinadore.
Cinadore.
Yep.
Forget me if I'm wrong. Isn't Cinadore like Latin for something?
It is not Latin, at least
Oh.
not that I'm aware of. I've accidentally translated into Latin. No, this the title comes from when I was yelling with Lee about how uncreative fantasy titles can be. Like they'll just call it like the Dark Kingdom, and I said, just mash a bunch of words together, you'll get a title. So that's what I did for Minotaur.
So the title itself is also a reference.
It's also a joke. Everything's a joke.
I love it. It's so good.
Yes. You can also click on your profile if you like, because I have more jokes in there before I even, after you click the Are You Ready to Be There? Because I have more jokes
hang on.
in
For
there.
those, if you can't see it, it's right behind my PNG. There's buttons
yeah.
for profile and codex. This is also version 1.0.
Yes. There'll be some updates later on if to fix bugs.
Okay. All right, so let me click
Before
on
I
the
release it.
profile.
Are You Ready to Be the Heir first? I'm not sure if it'll work otherwise. That loads it all in there. Oh, no, there it goes.
Okay. Profile. This is you. Name. The heir. Pronouns. Small child. Class. Some sort of strange creature. Level 0. Level?
Yep, level. There's level. I made a leveling system.
Current week 0 out of 7. Energy remaining 3. Stats for your personality. Oh boy.
Mhm.
Kindness versus cruelty. Outgoing versus shy. Impulsive versus patient. Honest versus deceitful. And dutiful versus rebellious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
So I'll tell you, you want to try to maximize one way or another, because if you do so, you get special dialogue and special perks. So you don't want to be middle of the road. You want to be extreme.
Well, I feel like if people know me well enough, I'm committed to the bit as much as you are. I will definitely
Yay.
commit one way or the other.
Good. Okay, good.
All right, so I'll click return to game.
Yes, and there is nothing in the codex right now, so you don't have to click on that yet because I could not get it to work at the moment.
Just real quick, I'm going to click the settings button. Does that do anything?
Yes, you can click on the settings. You can change font size, dark or light mode, whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Just all quality of life
I know
features.
a lot of people tend to prefer reading things in dark. Let me see if that looks better for people.
Up to you. You can also change the font and the font size.
I'm going to leave it out to chat which way you want to go. I know Experience and I prefer light mode for things.
Up to you guys. I made both. I'm not sure which one you would have liked more, so I did both.
Immediately, Emma, dark. Experience, light. Lissy, dark. All right, I'm seeing more votes for dark. I understand. Experience and I are definitely in the minority for this kind of thing.
Well, it's your reading. They can change it to dark mode
You're
when
so
they are
right.
there.
It is my reading. But also, I don't want to burn people's eyes out with a bright white screen. Although, you probably have the screen turned off. You just have the headphones on. You're listening to our beautiful voices read it.
Well, if they do that, they might miss some of the work we have. So don't do that. There is art. Small art, from open art that I got permission to use, and then I also made some of my own. Like I made the crown in Photoshop.
It's a beautiful crown.
Thank you.
Click it. Am I allowed? What does clicking it do? Should I?
Absolutely nothing. It just makes it bigger.
Oh, okay.
It was Originally, I had it was an beforehand. It was the easy link to the Tumblr, which, by the way, the images will not work if Tumblr is not working, but that's how that goes.
Okay, is this a link to your Tumblr somewhere on this, or are you refusing to
No,
do that?
absolutely not. I will die. I'll die, Ray. I will genuinely combust on the spot.
That's fine. I feel like if people ever found mine, it would be crazy. So,
Oh god, we should be mutuals. We can hold each other at gunpoint.
all right, I made the text bigger, so hopefully that's big enough for people.
Mhm,
I'm
okay.
like looking at it on my screen for stream as
That's good.
well, but so.
Yeah, I have it open too. Okay.
Alright. Oh, we're immediately going into horny jail. I swear it.
Morning jail, we haven't even met the harem!
We haven't even gone into this reading itself.
I'd be damaged.
All right, are we ready? We're hopping in.
I'm ready.
Also,
I'm so ready. I'm almost terrified, but you know what? We're gonna do it.
my own
I'm only
personal
sweating a little.
disclaimers. My own personal disclaimers. I posted in the Discord about it. My boss gave me a bottle of homemade wine for Valentine's Day because the man has a crush on me but won't admit it. Um,
Ooh.
so that's what I'm drinking during today's stream. And
Hey.
if anybody ever gets 100% while doing lust, you will be pinned for 5 minutes.
Grapes got it.
Yep, immediately as I said that.
Heyo. Okay.
Anything else that needs to be said? There's the new channel point thing for kiss. It's only 1 point because if you like something that's happening on screen, please give it a kiss. And the other disclaimer: I have not read any of this. I'm fully trusting Rainbow.
Yeah.
She literally gave me the link for this after the stream already went live.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, there was so much power toolage. I'm like, I can't think.
You're
Why
all
isn't
good.
it tweet file?
The VOD will, depending on what's discussed in it, probably it'll go live on Twitch and then it'll be posted on YouTube next week as well.
Yes.
So
There's nothing too graphic. There is some swearing, and that's about it. And even then, it's rare.
exactly.
There's some very creepy implications at random parts, but you know that's the warning with the horror fantasy part. You know, brace yourself.
Yep.
Oh,
All right. So I think we're ready to be the heir.
all right. Let's go.
It's been
I'm
5.
so nervous. I'm like sweating now. I can see it on screen.
No, don't
Okay,
sweat.
I'm gonna
Don't
calm
sweat. No
down.
nerve. You're good. It's been 500
Oh.
years since the start of the eyeless plague of Elon. Sharp scarlet swirls spread across a person's skin before slowly splitting their eyes open, leading to a slew of infections as they succumb slowly and blindly spread their disease from one to the other through a simple touch. The other kingdoms looked at Elon's?
Not Elon. Elon.
Elon,
You got it
okay.
right the first time.
All right. Looked at Elon's unrelenting plague and had a choice to make. They could attempt to save the Elonic people from a fate far worse than death, or they could burn Elon to the ground to save themselves. There was never any real choice. They burned us. Do you really think that they would have picked differently? What was once whole villages were scorched down to the stone beneath the dirt. What were once towns were now graveyards of iron and bones. What once was a proud and mighty people laid corner in their capital. The last Elonic king tried to save what was left of his people, prepared to give up everything he had, including the crown itself. He would sacrifice all of his riches, his titles, everything to his enemies to save his people. But the bellicose kingdoms were united in their destruction of the people. They slaughtered the king, cracking the crown as they bashed his head in, and fired him in crates of burning oil over the walls of the capital. The Elonic people were doomed to die with all their prayers to any of the gods left unanswered. Was it any surprise then that we would make our own, Born from the body of the last king of Elon and the flames that burned hot enough to melt a city of stone and steel, the Cinder King arose. A new god forged from the desperation of the Elonic people, who has been despised, desecrated, and almost destroyed by the kingdoms they once called friends. He took his cracked crown, and he took the fires, saving us from being burned and to return the favor of fire to the other kingdoms. History named his destruction as the Scorching. Goodbye, Chevy. Chevy, don't die.
Chevy's just gone. Chevy heard the scorching and got out.
Got out. He's like, I'm out of this. He started westward, his flames more powerful than the sun. I sincerely doubt that it is an appropriate bedtime story. I can only imagine what utterly sweet dreams come from listing annihilating kingdoms and countries. Your Highness, forgive me. I was only, well, giving nightmares to my only child? Your future sovereign? I hadn't considered it a lesson to your heir on why we could no longer be the Elonic people, for we had either Elon or other of its kingdoms left. We called ourselves Cinadore for the saviors we adored. I happen to know the history of Cinadore far better than you. I will attend my heir's education, and apparently their bedtime stories. As you seem incapable of doing even that, you are dismissed. Yes, your highness. What a headache to deal with. You are far too young to be hearing about... Oh, my. You're actually asleep. I'm not sure how, but that's what you've been listening to. I suppose I'll take my miracles where I can find them. Good night, my dearest one. May your dreams be gentle to you. I know mine never are. Continue to dream. The music is so different from the vibe. Yeah, that's fair.
I can't hear the music because I'm in the voice call with you, so I'm
I have Valentine's Day jazz playing. It's okay. It was just a story. It was just a story, a bedtime story.
Story. World's worst bedtime story for a baby. Oh, there's Lizzie. Give
Lizzie. Let's go, Lizzie. The story really got Lizzie going.
Lizzie was excited.
Continue to dream. We continue. Yep. You dream. Not sweet, not scary dreams, only strange. Your dream of the immortal rule of the Cinder King and his honored heir, who, for as long as you remember, has been your mother. Your dream of wearing the Cinder Shard crown, the ancient crown from the last Elon King, and one that you have seen upon your mother's head. One that will forever burn with flames, within flickering in the cracked gold as long as a worthy heir wears it. My brain could not read that sentence, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You dream of your mother passing it down to you, placing it on your head, and pressing a kiss to your brow. You are too young to dream of her death. You are too young to understand the price of being the heir of Cinadore. After all, you are not the honored heir. You are her heir. The heir's heir. So, who are you? Oh my gosh, we build our character.
We get to build the character!
We built the character, let's go! Alright.
So you can type in your name here. Ray, you're special. You can actually just hit confirm because it automatically will pick your name. But you're welcome to give yourself any name you'd like.
Oh, okay. Well, if I'm special, I think I just go with the special. You know?
Yeah, if you like to.
Okay. Dandy, oh my god.
Oh, I did!
Alright. Ray? An interesting name for the foreign sovereign of Cinadore, after all. There is much hope in you becoming a mighty queen, king, monarch. Oh. What?
Pronouns.
Don't choose me.
Dandy is the self-insert. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to go king. You know, I do be the king.
Yep.
Alright. A mighty king, of course. Your dreams slip into memories, spinning slowly back and forth. Your first memory is of the queen mother, mom, sending you away to live with your aunt and uncle. You were packed away with some of your stuff to the Cavefish Manor, an isolated manor on the edge of eastern Cinadore. You watch from your carriage, looking at your mother, dressed in glitter gold, except for her enchanted emerald earrings. You can smell the sweet honey fragrance of the local orchids growing in the courtyard as they load your stuff into the carriage before the door closes and the sweet smell fades. From your cushion on your carriage seat, you get up onto your knees to look out the window to see your mother. She doesn't wave to you as you leave, or yell some final words at you, but she doesn't leave her spot from the castle walls. You watch her become a small speck in the distance until finally the carriage is too far away from you to make her out anymore. You don't recall why you had to go when you were so young, but you remember you felt. Oh, okay. How do we feel?
Oh, yes. Now this will change your personality depending on how you answer.
Okay. Angry. How dare she send you away? What right does she have to rip you off the lap of luxury and send you to live with your less than wealthy relatives? Sad. You loved her nearly as much as you missed her. Every day you waited for her to come to the Cavefish Manor and sweep you back into her arms, but she never did. Accepting. It is what it is. You were royalty. You were expected to foster elsewhere anyhow. What does it matter if it happens earlier than expected? Excited. You liked your aunt and uncle. They were funny. And besides, think of all the new friends you were going to make. It's going to be such a fun adventure. Confused? You weren't sure how to feel? You still aren't sure how to feel about being sent off to the Cavefish Manor to this day? I don't know about you. I'm so excited for this. I think I'm going to go excited.
Yeah! Especially when we find out who our aunt and uncle are.
Oh.
One of them is in chat.
Oh. Your next memory follows you as a child, running through the halls of the Cavefish Manor. It's been a few weeks since you left the castle, but things are starting to settle down. You're playing with some of the cavefish behind the windows of the basement of the manor. They scurry from window to window, following you as you tap and rap your knuckles on the glass. Not paying attention, you turn the corner and wham! You have knocked over and destroyed one of your Aunt Avia's precious painted pots. You decided to blame a servant. Who cares if they get whipped in within an inch of their life? Better they get punished than you. Confess your misdeed. It was your fault, and therefore your responsibility to own up to it, even if you've been facing your aunt's knack of inflicting extreme emotional damage. Hide the evidence. Aunt Avia can never be mad if she never finds the broken shards, now can she? She'll just think that she misplaced it. Forever. Tell Uncle Eminet. Uncle Eminet would understand that it was an accident, and he's very smart, and he'll know how to fix it. Freeze in place. You have no idea what to do, or where to even start.
Hi, Emma. Look at it's you.
Aunt Avia and Uncle Eminet.
Yeah, so it's Abby and Emma who get to play aunt and uncle. Because I thought that would be the funniest way to solve the love triangle with Felix.
I love it. So good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What do we do? But we just smashed a pot, right?
Yeah.
We don't confess. We don't blame. I want to talk to Uncle Eminet. I want to tell Uncle Eminet.
All right, go for it.
Or do I? Yeah, I'm going to talk to Uncle Eminet.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong decisions. Right. This is just a personality quiz.
Your second memory spirals into sweet trip with your Uncle Eminet into the mushroom woods, where he let his happy hounds hunt the hedgehogs. Well, the hedgehog mushrooms. Your uncle was never a fan of violence, and the dogs were far more content to sniff out the spicy scented orchids and dig into the ground than actually hunt for a living. While you were with your uncle, you decided to. I joined and heard Uncle Eminem.
That's the closest Uncle Eminem.
All right. While you're with your uncle, you decide to dig around with the dogs. Your aunt may have a lecture when you come home, but you're having too much fun collecting mushrooms to care. Besides, think of the delicious soup your uncle will make with the mushrooms. Learn what you can from your uncle. He brought you here to learn after all, and opportunities to learn from someone so smart do not come often, especially when it comes from someone who is so happy to teach you. Complain about the whole thing. Why did you have to be in the stupid woods where there's nothing but stupid mushrooms? It's not fair, and you let your stupid uncle know the entire time how unhappy you are. Eat the mushrooms! You might get sick and die, but you might also get a scrumptious snack while you're worth it. Well, it's worth it. And well, as long as your uncle doesn't know, it won't hurt him. Sit in the carriage and read a book. You're not interested in going out into the woods. I'm tempted to eat the mushrooms.
You may go for it. Become more impulsive.
Oh, there's a book. We know what Experience is picking. We're eating the mushrooms. You might get sick and die, but it's a scrumptious snack.
Mm-hmm.
Your memories begin to dart around. Things fall out of order, jostling back and forth. You know your aunt and uncle weren't the only company in the Cave Fish Manor. You had plenty of tutors, servants, and the occasional supervised meeting with your noble peers. On a chance meeting, on your way to your geography lesson, you stumbled into the fort of the kitchen kids. Ms., Charlize, Christy, and Pestola. They offer to play with you and join in on the game. You... Oh man. Shout out to Ms., Charlize, Christy, and Pestola.
Look, some people get name changes, some people I just kept. I think I used
I love
90%
it.
of my creativity on Grape's name, and that was it.
No, I love it so much. It's so good. I'm sure they love it too. Join in. Why learn from your stuck-up tutors when you could have when you could be having some actual fun? Besides, you want to know what's this plate down thing? Plate down. Explain that you can't. Aside from the power imbalance of befriending people that you have complete control over, you have a lesson to get to, and that's required of you to attend. Take the fort for yourself. This is your manor, so therefore, this fort is also your fort. You chase out the kitchen kids and claim their fort as your own, ignoring their heartbroken faces. Make up an excuse for why you can't join. The stars are not in position for this hangout. Can't do it today. The stars not aligned. Can't do it. Nope. Sorry. Can't. Say nothing and walk away. You don't feel up to socializing today or ever. Okay. We're a kid. We're playing. See a bunch of other kids playing in a fort in the kitchen. They're doing plate down.
Yep, plate down.
Plate
Most
down.
incredible game.
I think we're joining in on the fun to play some plate down. Non-copyright plate down. You take a plate. You're in the kitchen. You take a plate. You put it down. Plate down.
My friends thought I was talking about the sandwich stacking game from like the Lilo and Stitch
Oh
Flash
my
game.
gosh, that
like,
is my
And I'm like, how would they even do that in real life?
That was so fun. If you like have a bunch of people on like the upper cupboards.
Yeah, I just kids are creative, you know.
Yeah. Just throwing sandwich meats on to someone below. All right. Ads end in like 5 seconds.
Oh.
All right. You're out on a walk by the manor gates when you see them. A wandering wizard with wondrous tricks. She inquires about your library and offers to teach you a couple tricks in exchange for a couple of books from the Cavefish Manor's library. The experienced wizard awaits to properly open a bookshop and is just looking for some samples for the shop. Experienced wizard books.
Yeah.
Hello.
The experience awaits to open a bookshop. Who could it be?
Eagerly agree. You are already racing to the manor. Think of all the cool tricks you'll learn in exchange for a bunch of dusty old books. She watches you go with a fond laugh. Question them. Why does an all-powerful and wonderful wizard need a bunch of your books? You're going to need more information before you consider her deal. She appreciates your curiosity and indulges your questions. Order her to teach you. You're royalty. This is a subject. Command them. They don't need to bother with anything else. And should she try to say no, you'll have her burned. Trick her into teaching you. Use your wide eyes and ask her to prove she can teach you something first. Otherwise, she might be a charlatan. You have a feeling the wizard knows what you're doing, but she agrees anyhow. Decline the offer. You're not particularly inclined to wizardness anyhow. Wait, I want to learn magic. Hang on.
Mhm.
Which option gives me the ability to learn magic?
That actually comes
I
later.
feel. Oh, All right. Not knowing that, I'm gonna have her teach me something. Trick her into teaching me. I can't trick experience, but she'll be willing to indulge. You're returning from yet another trip from the Mushroom Woods with your uncle when you meet a young traveling merchant by the name of Allie, who seems to be in quite the pickle. Their cart has completely broken down, so Uncle Eminent offers them a lift to your carriage. You ask about their trade. You're not the most knowledgeable of life outside of Cavefish Manor, and therefore it seems most prudent to ask. After all, you are the heir's heir. You should be well informed. Ask about their adventures. You wanted to know the coolest thing they sold, the strangest place they've been. Had they fought any mimics before? You're asking so fast that they barely have any time to answer before you're on to the next question. Ask about their well-being. You can't help but be concerned about the pickle that Allie finds themselves in. Is there something you can do for them? You'll try your best to do it. Inform your uncle that she can walk. You're not taking some run-off merchant into your carriage. She can walk, or she can be dragged behind the carriage. Say nothing. You don't feel like talking to them, or anyone new. Oh my god, Allie. Hang on.
Yep.
I'm taking a snap of this and sending it to her.
My goodness. Oh my god, oh no.
Okay. Traveling Merchant Alley.
Traveling Merchant Alley, yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. I feel like I'm being very inquisitive. I'm gonna keep going with the inquisitive route, asking more questions and things.
Mm-hmm.
Your aunt arranges for you to meet some of your noble peers. A noble consul by the name of Riveretta, a young countess named Haxtratus, and their heir of houses, Rogers Seaby. Okay.
The heir of House Rogers, CV. Read that again. Sorry, that you had a stroke there.
The heir of House Rogers Seaby. While you go through the introductions and lead your noble peers to a tour of the manor, they run into the kitchen kids. Quite literally. They knock your noble peers into a tumble, and there's loud complaints, loud bickering, and loudest of all, whose fault is this? Oh boy. Oh no. Take the blame. You're the host after all. Anything that happens in the manor is under your area of expertise. Break up the fight by sending the kitchen kids away. It was technically their fault, and frankly, the worst that their parents can do is spit in your food. The worst your peers' parents can do is start a war. Convince them all that you should play together. It doesn't matter who ran into who. What matters is that now 7 people to play games with. Make matters worse. You know you think you saw CB kick Pestola, and Charlize pulled on Haxtras's ear. They should probably fight it out. Flee. Nope. This is going to be an incident, and you're not going to be here when it does. Oh no. Okay. We're getting in a. Okay, hang on. We got to be on the up and up. We're in charge. Right, Hacks? We're in charge. We got to take the blame. This is our house.
That's a different Hacks, by the way. Hacks will show up later in the story.
Oh. Yes, Hackster.
That's Hackster.
Hackster is from, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I just saw Hacks pop up in chat. I was like, hi, Hacks.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Hacks.
Squirrels. I realize I'm like reacting to sounds and things, and you have no idea what I'm talking about, but
I can see it on like a 10-second delay.
Yeah. If I ever say squirrels, you know something's playing in my ear.
I'll catch it later.
All right. Your memory stopped jostling out of order, and your mind spins and shapes your memory of your 14th birthday. As with all young nobility, you could take up knighthood and learn Cinadorian chivalry and courtly behaviors, which is expected of all aristocracy around the kingdom and by your Aunt Avia. I want to say Avia, but I want to say it Avia now, that I know it's Avi.
You say it Avia. Say it as
Avia.
Avia. That's how I've been
Avia.
doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
While the traditional path is available to you, Uncle Eminet has offered to send you to the legendary arcanist Kiri to learn magic. You will be well regarded with both rank and reputation among the most wise and worldly of warlocks, if you are able to show an affinity for magic. Or you can strive on your own path. Fortune and freedom awaits those who aren't afraid to make their own way. It would not do you any favors to finding friends and followers amongst your noble and magical peers. It also might make your Uncle Eminet upset, and your Aunt Avia will inflict any impossible amount of emotional damage upon your very soul if they found out. You decide on the traditional path of a keen knight, the road less taken of a wondrous warlock, a path forged by a refined rogue. Ooh,
Mhm.
ooh. Oh, I said earlier I wanted to learn magic, and it is with Kiri.
You're welcome to. Yep. You can be a wondrous warlock.
We're gonna go warlock. We're warlocking it. Age 14, already able to cast fireballs. Let's go.
Quite, but yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to Fireball. Or like Firebolt, but
Yeah, not full fireballs. You wouldn't want me to be upset. Exactly, Emma.
yeah. Emma, honestly, Emma, I think I wrote you the best. I think you're my favorite character in the story.
You spend the next 4 years seeing if you have an aptitude to learn at all for magic. While you lack the magic that your mother was made mythical for, you match up with an enchanted quarterstaff that is more than welcoming to be won over by you. You trained with your quarterstaff, and the legendary arcanist loads you with books needed to feed your curious mind. Your first real boon of magic comes from when Kiri teaches you how to channel your own energy into your weapon and to bolts of fire that burn bright
Oh,
blue. He is proud of you for pushing past your limits and absolutely horrified that you incinerated the books that he was reading with his weekly book club. Fire! Burn them books. Um, with your affinity of magic proven, a great deal of independence comes too. You could continue to work with the Arcanist to help out more warlocks in training. Who knows? You might have an affinity for teaching magic as well. You could also apply what you have learned to go help out the people of Cinadore, which would also help show your fellow nobles that you don't need to be a knight to be chivalrous. You could push the limits of your magic and see what you could really do without anyone to tell you no. Work with Kiri and the new warlocks. Use your magic to help the people of Cinadore. Push the limits of acceptable magic and morals. We learn fire. That's all we care about. We don't need to work to learn more. We're good. I don't know how fire is going to help people, but we have fire. Let's push the limits. What's acceptable?
ooh.
Then, after all those years of being a warlock, on the 517th year since the first fall, on your birthday, the cusp of you becoming a fully fledged adult, instead of receiving granados gifts and fantastic food, you receive a single letter. Sealed with the scarlet stamp of a sightless sparrow, it is addressed to you. The penship is cursive, carefully written, and cold. There's no platitude of prayers or pity. Simply the truth. Your mother has died, and the Cinder King needs his new heir back at the capital. Your uncle collapses into his chair and hides his face as he weeps for your mother. The letter does not say how she died. It does not say if she died in peace or in horror. It does not say to come for a funeral or to share in your mourning. No, it's written too formally to spare any emotional details. Only that, in 7 weeks' time, you will be crowned by the Cinder King as his honored heir. The aunt's eyes dart quickly as she scans the letter in detail. Something twists on her face for only a moment before it's gone. You are the new heir of Cinadore, far earlier than anyone would have expected. Your mother was in the prime of her life, a gracious and well-loved queen, and wielder of the most wondrous magic. How did she die? Your servants mutter uneasily to each other, glancing at you in concern. You are the new heir of Cinadore, and you have 7 weeks before you are crowned. To be handed the Cinder Shard crown, and with it, the entire fate of the kingdom. And the question that lies on everyone's mind, what kind of heir are you going to be? That is certainly a birthday present. You're not wrong, Experience.
Yeah, world's worst birthday gift, man. You're barely an adult, and by the way, mom's dead. You get to be the new king. Have fun.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Do we wake up
Yeah.
from this?
Yeah.
I wanted to call this a nightmare, but you know, it's real life.
Or yeah, I mean, you can wake up, or you can also check your stats really quick and see how
okay.
that personality quiz turned out.
Oh, it'll show now? All right, let's see how our profile looks now. This is you.
You can actually check it at any point when you were doing the quiz to see how the stats were going. So,
all right. All right, let's see what we got. We are level 1. We made it up a level. Happy birthday to us. We still have 3 whole energy. We are slightly more cruel than kind. We are way more outgoing than shy. We are more impulsive than patient. Slightly more deceitful than honest. And we're kind of still in the middle of the ground between dutiful and rebellious.
yes, you'll probably get more outgoing prompts then. So you'll get some special dialogue if you choose those prompts.
Okay.
Everything else, I don't think you scored quite as highly, so they'll probably show up a little later. Outgoing will be our main first ones we see.
Dandy just keeps dropping. She's like, oh, I'm not feeling this anymore. She was at like 98 and she's down to 5.
Man, turns out when your mom dies, Dandy is no longer that into it.
Yeah. Raffle, though. Raffle's been at 100% all stream. Love it. All right. Wake up. We wake up. You jerk awake, whacking your head against the side of the carriage and causing the conversation between your Aunt Avia and Uncle Eminette. I have to pause every time I read Avia. Avia. And Uncle Eminette to pause briefly, as I do, as they both look over at you. You wince in pain as you reorient yourself in the carriage, the unpaved road making your stomach twist and turn. No wonder your dreams were all mixed up with your memories, considering how much your head spun. Oh no, I get car sick. I get carriage sick.
Carriage sick already.
You quickly try to focus on something in the distance, something outside that isn't moving, only for a sightless sparrow darting right in front of your window. You resist the urge to jump back as the omen of death literally shoots past you, but only just. A dreadful creature to have as the national bird of Cinadore. Perhaps you can petition your mother to change it. You feel sick again. Ray, kiddo, are you all right? Ray, kiddo, are you all right? Uncle Eminette asks in concern. Before you can speak, your aunt answers for you. Don't ask him that. He can't possibly be all right in his horribly bumpy carriage. I'm shocked he managed to sleep at all through the nightmare of a ride. Honestly, you think of our future king, they could spare the expenses of getting us a ride that wouldn't cause us all to throw our lunches up. You didn't have to eat lunch when we stopped at Hitchtown. You said that you weren't interested in the common folks' food. Uncle Eminette shot at Aunt Avia an exasperated look. Aunt Avia huffs, rolling her eyes and pressing a hand to her chest, while the other hand pushes one of her long, dangly earrings back over her shoulder. I was hardly going to eat like peasant eating mosses and worms. Uncle's face pinches in pain. Peasants don't eat moss and worms. How should I know what peasants eat? Your aunt threw her hands up in the air. You're impossible to please, Eminette. I hope you know this. Normally when your aunt and uncle bicker, it's harmless, playful banter. However, you're slowly watching their banter become a full-blown argument, no doubt because of the stress of the journey, and you still have several hours to go. Let them argue or attempt to interrupt.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm? Huh?
No,
Huh?
sorry,
You're thinking?
no, 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 you're fine, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
You're
Just so I'm trying to. Oh, I was hoping one of them would pop up for this, but clearly it has not. So usually the top two options or the bottom two options, depending on the scenario, will be the default options, and then you can tell the special option.
Okay. So there will be a
Yeah,
special option at some
I
point.
was. Yes, there will be one. There'll probably be one in the next like two scenes because this is sort of to teach you how that. I was gonna be like, here's how we can tell this is a special option, and then it's not there. So, right,
All right.
right, moving on,
When
moving
one
on.
pops up, you can be like, "Oh, that's what it looks like." How's that?
Yeah, yep, will
All
do,
right.
will do.
All right. Do we let Avi and Emma argue and bicker? I think we do. You know, it's classic. I'm not getting between the two of them. I grew up with them. I understand that this is their thing. They just do this. We're gonna let them go. You stare out the window, desperately ignoring the way the argument gets more and more heated, more bitter, more exhausting. You remain silent. You remain still. You remain staring out the window. Eventually, the argument fades into nothingness. It's just you and the view. You can't ignore your problems forever, but you can ignore them now. It's only your aunt and uncle, after all. They'll fight, but they'll make up. They always do. See, I know Avi and Emma. I know. No matter how rough the situation is. You let your head fall back against the carriage, feeling your eyes grow heavy again. You get a little more rest before you're awoken by a loud horn. You hear and recognize the loud fanfare of the welcoming ceremony long before you actually see the capital city. You attempt to look out the carriage window, but your aunt pushes you back down and towards the middle of the seat, while your uncle shuts the privacy curtains on both sides of the carriage. Am I not allowed to see the city? You ask in confusion as you are jostled around. No, not when you're the only legitimate heir we got left, unfortunately. Aunt Avia mutters under her breath before smiling at you tightly. You can only see the city after you've secured the throne. You glance over at Uncle Eminette to confirm that he simply sighs, putting his face into his hands. I just wanted to pick mushrooms and take care of my hounds, not this again. Again? Your aunt scoffs lightly. What do you mean again? You avoided the assassins, plots, wars, and what could have been the kingdom's most controversial secession by running off to Cavefish County. You didn't even let me murder your political rivalries before we met, Eminette. I had so much blackmail, too. I literally have never wanted anyone to die in my life. It hasn't changed. He lifts his head to look at you directly in the eyes. I'm here for you, Ray, but I'm not well suited for this type of lifestyle. Aunt Avia pushes you to push one of her dangling earrings back over her shoulder and huffs. We'll be fine once we get into the castle. For now, though, safely first. Ugh, I'm turning into my mother. Soon I'll be dressing in florals, and you'll have to execute me for my poor fashion sense. It's a long ride up to the castle. You can hear the cheering of people and the commotion of people trying to catch a glance of the procession. You wondered what the city must look like as you barely felt any bumps in the road. You vaguely remember the layout from when you were a child, the circling rings of the city getting higher and higher before you reached the castle at the point. You remember that there was an old story about the castle being tall enough to touch the stars. You remember bits and pieces, your dreams having jolted your memory of what it was like to be a child again. Then the carriage stops. Your uncle peels back the privacy curtain a bit and sighs in relief. Your aunt fixes his appearance, then yours, then your uncle's, then hers again. As Uncle Eminette opens the carriage, you can smell the sweet honey fragrance of a local orchids growing in the courtyard. Things have changed a lot, but the orchids remain. It's time to return back to the castle.
Dun dun
Dun
dun.
dun dun dun. Your aunt and uncle exit first, leaving you to exit at your own pace. When you step out from the carriage, you hear before you see the line of servants who mutter and murmur to each other. They stop instantly as you step out, nearly 30 pairs of eyes, all staring at you. You wish you were not You wish you were not being stared at by so many people, and instinctively duck to hide behind your uncle and aunt as to shield yourself. You linger behind them, desperately avoiding eye contact as you hear the clicks of the cobblestones of someone coming closer. She is dressed in solid gray, like the other servants, but carried a bright multicolored sash. She bows to you, a low hinge on the waist, and every other servant bows by putting themselves on the ground, bowing to you. Aunt Avia looks exceedingly pleased, while Uncle Eminette looks exceedingly uncomfortable. Greetings, Lady Avia, Lord Eminette. Her gaze flits to you, her expression completely unreadable before she continues. And you must be Ray, our future king. It is nice to put a face to the name, Your Highness. I am Raina Bubird. I served your
It's
mother.
my self-insert time.
Raina Bubird served as your mother as her chamberlain before her most unfortunate death. You look up at her and feel the urge to hide again. You mumble something out before fixing your gaze back on the cobblestone. You nod in acknowledgement, but it's hard to come up with a response to say to your mother's servant. Ah, so the old bat lives. Oh my god. Antonia mutters to herself, barely a whisper, but you still catch it. Uncle Eminette speaks up, his voice rough, and you recognize his attempt to sound composed. How did she go? The letter didn't say. Rainia blinks once, unfolding herself from her bow. The other servants doing the same, before replying. An accident. I don't know. Do you want me to read it? Yeah. Okay.
I can, if you want me to, but I am sick, so that might not go well.
All right, I'll read it. It's fine. An accident. Hang on, I gotta.
Give me your most insane voice. It's okay.
I'm thinking. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. An accident. She was investigating outside the castle by Root Cliff, and some rocks were dislodged from the cliffside. She was unfortunately hit too hard by them. We believe that she didn't suffer, though. There were 3 other casualties, and the captain of the Crown's Guard is still recovering from his injuries. Only one knight was unharmed, and has given up his knighthood as penance for failing to protect the late queen. Oh man, she got hit by some falling rocks. Watch out, people. Definitely wasn't an assassination attempt. Not at all.
No idea what you're talking about,
No
Ray.
idea. Not possible. You're not entirely sure how to feel hearing that news, but something seems odd in that answer. You don't know much about your mother anymore, but you find it strange that a rock slide of all things is what caused your mother's death. Yeah, very strange. I suppose a quick death is preferable than longer suffering, Aunt Avia says awkwardly as she pats your uncle on the shoulder. He shakes his head slightly, but doesn't say another word. Lips pressed firmly together as he swallows hard. Raina flicks her eyes to the line of servants still waiting and watching in their line before saying, Your Highness, we have much to get through today, if you would be willing to dismiss the servants from the formal greeting. Afterwards, we can do a quick tour of your grounds before your meeting. Meeting? You ask in confusion, glancing at your aunt and uncle for answers. They both exchange confused looks with each other before turning their attention to shrug at you. Raina doesn't say anything else, only tilts her head to the servants, who are doing their best to seem like they're not listening to your conversation. It seems you have to handle them first before she's willing to discuss things further. All right, we got.
There's a special one.
We got 3
down
options
at the bottom.
here. You address the servants directly. You may continue as normal. You nod to your aunt to let her do the politics for you. She knows how to handle this with ease, and you're not interested in seeing how well you can perform your courtly duties without preparation. Or you wave at them again. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Oh, let's go Pixels. 100%.
Ayo. Yeah, so the first 2 are available to any playthrough, but that one at the end is available to you.
I mean, that sounds like me. Just like do the wave and be like, "Have a good one, goodbye."
Bye, again.
Dandy's been trying. I'm sorry, Dandy.
Don't worry. Her wife will show up and then she'll get really horny.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Peace. All right. Your cheerful and friendly approach seems to confuse half the servants, while the others half seems to eagerly respond to you, waving back before scurrying up happily. You don't stop waving at your servants, practically bouncing on your feet. Eventually, your constant waving encourages the other servants to follow, looking briefly at Reyna before they too return back to their duties. I suppose that's one way of dismissing them, Your Highness, Reyna says, only looking mildly perturbed, to which you flash a grin at her. You can hear Uncle Eminet laughing lightly before he approaches and he pats your back. Kiddo, you're going to befriend everyone in this castle, aren't you? Why not? You exclaim cheerfully, turning a smile at him. I can always use more friends. We could play boxing jack, gardical phonetics. You're not supposed to befriend your servants as the future king, Aunt Avia sighs. But I suppose I haven't been able to stop you before, so why did I think it would change now? No idea, you laugh at your aunt. With the servants handled, you are led into the castle, with Reyna announcing specific rooms as you pass them, such as the private temple, the drawing room, the great hall, well, your other drawing room, the kitchen, your third drawing room, the grand courts, your fourth drawing room. It's blueprints all over again. You're starting to think that whoever designed this palace really liked their drawing rooms. And this is the door to the garden. Reyes shifts her weight on her feet as she gestures towards an ornately carved wood door. A garden? Uncle Eminet perks up. I'd love to see it. My hounds enjoy a space to roam. You're not bringing your hounds into the royal garden. It's a royal garden. I can't even imagine the cost of one of your hounds digs up a rare plant. Aunt Avia instantly shoots back, folding her arms over her chest. So many drawing. Exactly. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
And I drew a drawing room, and I drew another drawing room, and I draw another drawing room. It's like, okay, all right, it's the blueprints.
Yeah, man. Whoever designed this castle sure liked their drawing.
Oof. All right. Where did I leave off? Hang on. Reyna calls slightly. It's not the royal garden. It's the garden with a capital G. You blink in confusion.
Very important.
Before muttering over to your uncle, is there a difference between a royal garden and the garden? Your uncle shakes his head, whispering back. Not that I'm aware of, but this is the capital. Who knows what weird things they come up with since we've been gone. The garden is run by Uva-Anas. Your romance...
It's just...
Yep.
It's great. It's
great. I was going to say, that's Greek.
Nope, it's Grapes.
Yeah, Grapes.
Who now just got a stub, so she'll be able to see her introduction. I spent all my creativity on this one day, but that was it.
Ads do be dumb. Thank you, Experience, for the 5 gift subs. Congratulations, Locke, Hacks, Cags, Grapes, and Zulu. Welcome on in. Oh my goodness. Oh, and we got a hype train going. Let's go. Love when Twitch decides a gift sub equals an entire new hype train starting. If you gotta give sub, make sure to thank Experience. And if you gotta give sub, please pay it forward somewhere else.
That's my favorite wizard with wondrous tricks, you know.
The Wizard of Waiting a Bookshop.
Yep.
Oh, man. Thank you, Raffle, for the 100 biddy. All right. I've lost where I was again. Your uncle No, I read that. The garden run by Uva and Anas. That's right. Run by Grapes.
Yep, by Grapes. You can just say Grapes.
Grapes? No, I gotta say Uva Anas every time. Zulu, thank you for 100 biddies. Congrats on the gift sub. Also, if you aren't already, hang on. If you aren't already following Zulu, make sure you follow Zulu. Super fun dude. Super great. Plays lots of D&D. Wait, it's me! It is you, Grapes! I recognize the word uva anywhere. I did not recognize the word honest for ducks, which is really ironic, considering
Great duck.
I used to be a birder person, teacher.
Oh my goodness. Grapes is the only one I got because I couldn't fit God Any Grapes as a full name, so it became something else.
All right. I gotta focus. Lock in. Focusing.
Lock in, lock in.
Lock in, lock in, lock in. All right. The garden is run by Uva Anus, your romance and financial advisor. Reina pauses briefly for a moment. Legally speaking, she's just your financial advisor. The romance is self-titled. She's also in charge of the garden, so she should be here shortly, per Captain Ray Ria's orders. Other Ray, let's go! Congrats, Dandy, you finally got 100.
I hate to say it, but that is the only mention of Ray Ria because she's technically retired. So that we have a new captain.
Oh, damn. Okay.
This is not information that you will find in the story, so I better explain it now. There was a whole subplot that got capped.
All right. I'm sorry, but your aunt tries to speak, but is cut off by one of the ornate doors flying open, as well as me just constantly cutting myself off. Another woman dressed in black, wearing a multicolored sash, bounces on her feet into the hallway. Multiple colorful earrings touching her shoulders, and excitement was clear on her face. And here she is, Reina says, with a dip in her head. Uva Anas, your highness. The woman turns to you and grasps your hand in a quick handshake. Nice to meet you, your highness. Now, we weren't sure for your preference, so we picked a small sample from the garden for you to date. Am I dating plants in this scenario? You say, Stunlocked? No. The garden is is where your harem stays, Uva explains cheerfully, to which your uncle chokes on the air and sputters out. I'm sorry, a harem? What does that have to do with the coronation? Uva takes the question in stride, although with a masterful side-eye. Well, every king needs romance, and that means a good old-fashioned harem. She pats your shoulder and reassuringly as she turns her attention back to you. Don't worry, I picked out the best of the best for your new harem. Not that your mother ever bothered with it. She kept going on about how she already had an heir and didn't need a new one. Like, what's that got to do with romance? Congratulations on the hype train, everybody. Thank you so much. Again, thanks Experience for the 5 gifties, Raffle for the biddies, Zulu for the biddies. We've hit the harem plot line. It has started.
Terrible.
All right. She pats your shoulder reassuringly as she turns her attention back to you. Don't worry, I picked out the best of the best for your new harem. Not that your mother ever bothered with it. She kept going on about how she already had an heir and didn't need one. Like that, what's that got to do with romance? You rarely see your uncle completely gobsmacked, but nevertheless, Uva has managed to break him in 6 sentences. Uncle Eminent mutters in quiet horror. There's so much wrong with that statement. I don't even know where to begin. Uva links her arm with yours and pulls you into the garden, which you can clearly now see is an absurdly oversized bedroom, decorated in vaguely plant-like imagery. You hear before you see the light music coming from a man playing some fish-skin drums. As you are pulled further into the room, you see beside him is another man who is playing some sort of puzzle game, sliding different colored tiles into a column as he hums along to the drums. As you survey the oversized bedroom, you spot a woman who is in a silver and onyx tiara in what appears to be a snakeskin gown, lounging in a faintly couch as she appears to be invested in some battle-like game. Across from her is a woman dressed in light green and blue, staring in bewilderment at the game as she slowly eats a luxurious dessert that you can only vaguely recognize. Uva plants you in the middle of the cheerfully exclaims, "Meet your harem, your highness! This is Lee, Rule, Nikel, and Raliga. And Falra was somewhere. Nikel, where's Falra?" Everyone freezes in place, and drums stop being mid-bang. 4 pairs of eyes swing your way, and the woman in the silver and onyx tiara, Nikel, scratches her head faintly and before saying, jail again? You hear your uncle's voice, and he and your aunt follow into the garden. What do you mean, jail? You look over at Uva and ask the more question. Again? This is the best harem for our future king. Aunt Avia looks around the room and at your harem members, completely disinterested. Falra is aiming to set the record for as many minor infractions committed. Uva's smile doesn't break as she hurriedly explains. As a joke, I assure you. He was handpicked out by the captain. Has anyone struck your preferences so far? If so, I'm happy to arrange dates for you. You glance around at your harem, retaking their appearances as your uncle, sounding on the verge of a crisis, speaks up. Is this mandatory, having this harem? Not that you're not lovely people, but Aunt Avia turns to you. Yeah, I can easily find you better options, Ray. Not the point, Uncle Emmet hisses at her, as your harem looks anywhere from mildly offended to wildly offended. Uva takes in strides again, addressing you again. If there's no one to your liking, I could send them away, your highness. This is your harem, after all. If you would be so kind, if you would be kind enough to decide the fate of your harem quickly, Reina calls from the doorway. It seems he needs to see you now. Do I have to decide now? You ask in confusion. Who needs to see me right now? Silence is your answer, except for your uncle, whose breath hitches wildly. Uva's smile drops completely, and your harem suddenly is looking anywhere else but you. Your aunt fidgets with her earrings and with the uncomfortable air. It doesn't take long for you to piece together that this is the only one being who would need to see you. The Singer King would like to see his heir. It seems that you have little choice but to decide your harem's fate now and deal with the results later. Send them away or keep them.
Yeah, so if you send them away, you are deciding not to play with romance. If you keep them, you will play with romance.
I feel like the answer here is pretty obvious for me. It would kind of be the whole point of today's stream.
You know what? No, this is a romantic Valentine's Day.
There is an aromantic option for those. Just real quick, I want to go over those names again.
You got here. Okay.
Where did the names get dropped? Because I was like, hang on. It was...
There's a lot there. Little further down. Manuva
here we go.
Plants you in the middle of the room.
Lee, Rule,
yep.
Nikel, Raliga, and Falra.
All right. I think Lee is pretty self-explanatory.
I feel like Lee is self-explanatory, yeah.
Nikel is Nick, but gender swapped. Raliga is Ralig, but gender swapped. Rule is Champ Rule. And Raffal is Falra, who I swapped his name backwards.
Yep. Thank you for the 69 biddies, Raffal.
Perfect timing. Sorry, Raffal, I put you in jail. We're not actually a romance.
Oh, gee, I didn't catch that.
So yeah, Lee, Champ, Nick, and Ralik are your options for the Hobo Harem, as they are the most senior members. And because if I did everyone else, I would lose my brain. It was hard enough to program 4 romances. I can't do anymore.
You're fine. But yeah, I can be a side piece. It's fine. Nope. No, you're in jail. Don't worry about it.
You're in jail, Rafa. You have a different plot line.
Falra is so obvious for me, but I guess I was the only one. No, Emma, I got it too. I was immediately. And then constantly timing himself out, going to horny jail. Yep, I got it.
Yep, got it.
Anyway, we're keeping them. We like this group. With your decision made, Reyna beckons you to her. You rejoin her in the hall as she speaks to the room at large. With that, Advisor Uva, Lady Avia, Lord Eminent, esteemed gardeners, I shall escort the young Ray to the Cinder King, and then to his chambers for some rest. You cast one look over your shoulder at your aunt and uncle, who stare almost transfixed at you. Then you are escorted away. Reyna leads you from the garden down a winding corridor full of portraits carefully veiled with thick, dark fabric, and to what you assume is the door of the throne room. It's a massive stone door, gilded ethereally, white with gold and silver spinning through it. Two massive silver handles lead the way to the Cinder King. You reach the door, but Reyna stops you with a firm grasp of your arm. You need to know before you go in, she pauses briefly, her expression switching through a myriad of micro movements before settling on neutrality. This part isn't easy. What do you mean? You ask, almost nauseous as your stomach is unable to stop twisting and turning into knots. She explains, devoid of emotion. You are meeting a new god, not an aspect nor a remnant of its power, but a full god. You will survive, I don't doubt that, but you are the youngest heir we've ever had. We had hoped to prepare you better for this. Nevertheless, I will be here when it's over. Do not worry. Somehow that doesn't make you feel any bit reassured. You watch as she takes a few steps back and turns to face away from the door. It seems you're to greet the Cinder King on your own. You let your hand fall to the silver handle of the door and push it forward. You hear it long before you see anything. A crackle shakes the room like an earthquake, and then you are greeted with agony. It starts from your eyes, like a blade cutting through your cornea before smashing into your skull. Your brain screams at you to close your eyes, but you find them already closed. The light has blinded you. Thick smoke wraps around you in a twisted embrace. You are torn between clawing out your eyes and clawing at your throat. Goodbye, Raffle. You can't see, you can't breathe, you can't think. My air, 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 my air. You can feel the burning heat as the air floods from the flames. You feel rather hear a step taken towards you as your skin screams as if it's being burnt. It burns and burns and burns, and you burn with it. Then you feel a step taken back. Enough! And there's nothing more. Are you alive anymore?
Yep, that's right. You die instantly.
And dead. You awake.
Fastest fanfic ever.
You awake in monstrous agony. You awake to feeling like someone had stabbed every inch of your skin, peeled you open, and set your insides aflame. You awake and instantly have to shut your eyes again. The blurring of the light of the Cinder King has lingered in your vision. You crack them open again to find yourself in a luxurious bedroom, and it's hard to appreciate it when every bone, sinew, and nerve screams in horror. You awake, and there isn't a single part of you that does not hurt, but you're alive. You hear before you see Reyna Bugard approaching. You don't turn your head to her, but you hear inhale sharply before she appears in your vision. She settles carefully on the bed, a steel flask in her hands that she opens. You find it's hard to speak. Your throat constricts as you try. She takes advantage of your partially open lips to tilt the flask into your mouth. You automatically fight it as it feels like swallowing magma, the burning and the heaviness of the liquid, but some of it makes it to your stomach. Reyna stands back up, taking the flask away before walking away. You hear the creak of a door opening, and Reyna speaks quietly. He made it out alive. Let the herald know. You feel the agony numbing away to a dull ache as she returns to you, standing at your bedside as you finally able to move your head to look at her. You live. Well, that is a most fortunate sign. Was I meant to die? You managed to choke out? Your voice nothing more than a low rasp. Oh, sorry. Was I meant to die?
Good sound effects, good sound effects.
Reyna shakes her head vehemently. We've had errors before that. Did not take well to the Cinder King's power. Not that we suspect that you were to be one of them, considering how well your mother was able to handle, and well, not that that matters anymore. You survived, so that was, at the very least, you should be able to wield a Cinder Shard crown, which is good, don't get me wrong. It wasn't looking forward to the alternative. You blink faintly. Alternative? Aren't I the only heir left? Reina pauses, her expression becoming unreadable once more. Well, yes, but had your mind been sundered, we were prepared to go find some third-rate bastard blood cousin of yours, and well, it doesn't matter. You're alive, functioning, and most importantly, officially the honored heir of Cinadore, your highness. She finishes her statement by bowing again, as the news finally sinks in. It's hard for your mind to pick one thing to focus on, especially considering the aches and pains that still plague you, even if they're dulled down. I shall leave you to rest, unless you have any questions? Reina asks, after letting you think for a moment. I am at your disposal until you're crowned, and if I prove to be helpful enough to you, long after that.
All right, so I recommend asking all the questions because you do not get a chance to learn this information again.
All right. So the questions are, what happened after I met the Cinder King? Did everyone other than me know I could have died? Who's the captain of the Crown's Guard? Now that we're alone, what actually happened to my mother? I have no more questions. You fall back asleep. All right. Of these four, I feel like the one... I want to know who the captain of the Crown's Guard is first. Or do I go from top to bottom?
Go for it.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I just have to ask them. Okay.
Yep. Otherwise, the information can't be learned otherwise.
All right. Who is the captain?
This is your one shot.
My one shot. Don't miss your chance. All right. Who's this captain of the Crown's Guard? You managed to get the words out with your throat without coughing. Reina's face pinches tightly for a moment. Your captain of the Crown's Guard is Captain Draws. He's still recovering from his injuries, but he's in charge of security. And until you're fully recovered and crowned, he's also your acting regent. Good job, Ollie.
Yeah, good for Ollie. Good, big promotion.
Big promotion. My regent, you blinking confusion. Shouldn't that be my uncle or Aunt Avia at the very least? Reina pick a practiced smile. I fear I know very little about these political maneuverings, but the captain is legally your regent for the moment. I'm sure your aunt will make her moves to see that changed, but alas, you're still not crowned. Nothing can actually change until that happens. She pauses in consideration. Unless he succumbed to his injuries, but the good doctor assures me that he will live unless he gets an infection, so he'll give orders from his bed, much like you. You nod slowly, feeling a cough rising up at your chest that you struggle to push down. Will I get to meet this captain? Not anytime soon, Reina sighs, barely an exhale. And he's always been so focused on his duty. Time will tell if that includes you. Shouldn't it? You cough out, your lung burning as you do. Reina shifts to her seat, reaching in the medicine. Her voice is a low mutter. Time will tell. She says nothing more on the subject, even when you attempt to ask her again after the coughing fit. Oh, man. All right. Ollie is our regent. What happened after
Captain Draws. I don't know what you're talking about.
Captain Draws.
Ollie.
What happened after I met the Cinder King? I'm going to turn the music down just a tad. It is loud AF in my ear. Okay. What happens after I met the Cinder King? You ask, coughing out the words. I thought I died for a moment. I would not have sent you in there if it thought you were going to die. Reina sounds calm. I feel like that's a lie. I wanted more time to prepare you, true, but I had faith in you. Youngest heir or not, you are an adult, your highness. There is no reason not to introduce you, even if the threat of incineration was not impossible. Yeah. I doubled down what experience says. Rainbow, this is an amazing story.
Oh, thank you. I'm still very much sweating, though.
No sweat. You stare at Reina through exhausted eyes. Not impossible? Without missing a beat, Reina continued, I waited until the throne room was back to a regular temperature before fishing you off the floor. You were in rough shape, but it's nothing I hadn't seen before. I sent for the guards and they carried you here. All that was left to see if you woke up, which you actually have bounced back from seeing a god rather fast, all things considered, Your Highness. What do you mean by nothing you hadn't seen before? You ask, your head pounding, both pain and puzzlement. How many heirs have you seen meet the Cinder King? 3, if we include you, Your Highness, Reina says before frowning slightly. I didn't mention I served your mother, did I not? You did. Wait. 3? Who's the third heir you've seen? My grandfather? You blink for a moment, taking in Reina's appearance again. You seem too young for that, though. Reina dips her head. Thank you, Your Highness. She says nothing else, letting the silence fill her. Ooh, we got a mystery. We got a missing person scenario thing.
Maybe.
I have speculations, but I'm not going to say it. Okay.
Please share your speculations. I want to know.
My speculation. Uncle Eminette, my brother of my mother, right? Potential heir himself. That is my speculation.
Oh, okay. Good
I don't know.
speculation. Good speculation.
I don't know. All right. What question was next? Did everyone other than me know I could have died? Did everyone other than me know I could have died? You asked faintly. Sorry. Did everyone other than me know I could have died? You asked faintly, pushing the words out of your throat. Did I miss that somewhere in my history lessons? Reina blinks twice before answering slowly. It's not something we speak of outside of the castle. It's a public secret, so to speak. So, even so, no one other than the royal line knows the details, since you have to survive in order to talk about it, Your Highness. Do all heirs have to go through this meeting the Cinder King like that? You managed to ask. And why wasn't I warned until the very last second? All who will be crowned do. It's an exceedingly efficient way of stopping succession wars before they happen. Not every pair of royal siblings is like your uncle and your mother, Reina replies calmly. As for why you weren't warned earlier, we made a decision that it would be far better to not let you stew in overwhelming terror. You are still young, and confusion is slightly better for ensuring you didn't pass out ahead of schedule, Your Highness. Royal siblings, uncle and mother, I called it. Okay. I feel like letting my stew in anxiety wasn't the best move either. You point out. Everyone had a weird reaction to bringing up the Cinder King. It did not put me at ease at all. Reina frowns slightly, but does not say anything. Silence falls as she awaits either her dismissal or your next question. All right. Last question. Now that we're
Last
alone,
but not least.
what happened to my mother?
Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 dun. Now that we're alone, what actually happened to my mother? You pause to clear your throat some more. How did she die? Your Highness, I told you earlier, did I not? Comes the reply from Reina. You stare at her. The rock slide? Really? As I told you, Your Highness, Reina blinks once, her face completely frozen otherwise. An accident. Falling rocks by cliff. A routine magic check gone wrong. Nothing more. Not even the most powerful of warlocks are capable of predicting accidents. But a rock slide? That's like lava bursting out of the ground, or you try to say before you begin to cough again. It's much harder to breathe this time. Reina quickly pushes the flash back to your lips, flask.
Oh, yep.
Back to your lips.
Yep.
And the burning
Add
liquid.
that to my list.
It's all good. Burning liquid swallows your coughs with it. She repeats to you again. It was simply an accident, Your Highness. A million more questions burn in your head, but your throat burns more. You don't need to be genius to figure out that for all her formality, Reina's completely calm and collected answers are beyond rehearsed. She's lying to you about your mother, and she's not going to give you any real answers, especially when you're barely able to move. Reina says nothing, but her lips pinch in concern for you. I feel like we shouldn't trust Reina for some reason. Reina's that weird level of noble you know, court
She's
member.
she's actually your chamberlain, so she is a servant.
She is a servant. Yeah, like trustworthy to a degree. Like she has her secrets clearly. Not allowed to
Yeah.
speak potentially. Trying the best she can to tell you what you can. Maybe potentially. Who knows? I trust Rainbow with my life. Do I trust Reina though? I'm not sure.
We'll have to see, won't we?
We will. All right, I think that's all our questions, right? Happened to Center King, we did.
Yep, that's all of
That one
them.
we did. That one we did. I have no more questions. You fall back asleep. You fall back asleep. By the time you wake up, you're feeling significantly better. The pain almost completely gone, but you are still fairly exhausted and hungry as all get out. Your stomach rumbles, and you hear the rattling of a breakfast tray settling down, almost in response. You hear Raina before you see her, and with her, a plate of freshly steamed crayfish and some finely chopped veggies, which you assume must be some sort of ghost plants, since they are still faintly glowing. An overtly traditional meal for breakfast, but at this point, you're just glad there's food. Raina glances over to you and bows at the waist before greeting you. I trust you slept well, Your Highness. There's several things you can do this week, aside from your mandated fittings, ceremonial rehearsal, and well, I won't bore you with everything on your schedule, but I made sure that you would have some free time to spend as you wish. I promise not to every week will be the same, but we do have a coronation to get you ready for. She pauses for a moment as you settle into your breakfast, pinching at the crayfish first. Wow, Dandy and Felix both getting a 98 is funny.
Wow. Look at them go. Danny's not careful, that's how she's gonna get divorced again.
True. Alright. Uh, Pinching at the crayfish first. I don't know enough about how you handle your duties from your reputation to say how difficult this might be for you. I assure you I have done the best I can to make the balanced schedule for you, Your Highness. What is there to do in my free time? You ask after chewing through a bite. Not much this week, aside from what you are used to, Reina explains. There will be more things to do in the later weeks, as the nobles get organized to meet you properly. Consider this week a chance for you to settle in and get used to the castle. But be mindful of your choices. You are the honored heir, but you are not yet crowned. You are powerful, but not all powerful. You nod, feeling strangely free, yet simultaneously burdened. Anything else I should know? Watch your energy levels, Reina warns. You're still recovering from meeting with Cinder King. Don't push yourself too hard, and you'll end up being crowned from the recovery rooms. Oh, Lady Avia has taken over your court duties, and Lord Eminet is setting up the training grounds for you, if you wish to see them. With that, Reina stands and bows to you before exiting the room, leaving you alone to enjoy your breakfast. You think about how you might spend your free time this week, considering that you are willing to put the time and energy into. Goodness knows that you have plenty of opportunities in the castle to practice some of your warlock skills. Warlock skills. Let's go.
Mhm.
I might be good to attend. It might be good to attend your royal court, catch all the nobles off guard, and see what they're like when they're not prepared to curry your favor. It's also the only real power you have, as you're still not the king. But the royal court needs a royal, and your uncle Eminet might genuinely keel over and die if you suggest he hold court in your place. And well, Aunt Avia may have set up shop in your court, but if you officially asked me, she might also keel over and die, but for entirely different reasons. Interesting. uh, and you've kept your harem from, well, from being fired? You're not sure what dismissing a harem member would have actually entailed. You could ask Advisor Yuva, but you have a sneaking suspicion it doesn't include severance pay. There's also the old temple you recall visiting when you were small, a curious experience, as the three fates were the only other gods allowed to be worshipped aside from the Cinder King. You remember your mother taking you there when you were so very small, your head pressed against her shoulder as she attempted to eat her long emerald. As you attempted
You.
Sorry, my brain was like, hang on, what did I just read? Your head pressed against her shoulder as you attempted to eat her long emerald earrings because she looked like candy to you. They looked like candy to you. A strange, bitter twist of nostalgia fills you. And
This is a childhood memory of me attempting to eat my aunt's earrings in a wedding photo, by the way. That's a real thing that I tried to do as a kid.
there's also still those lingering questions about your mother's death that float around your head. A rock slide killing the queen? Is that really what you're expected to believe? Certainly, stranger things have happened, but you have heard countless tales of how powerful a warlock your mother was, and Reyna was so oddly rehearsed in giving that explanation. You mull over your food as you mull over your thoughts. What will you do during your first week? While you make your decisions, you take a better glance over your room. Your quarters are fairly Spartan, but still decorated for royalty. Tapestries of ancient monarchs hang on every cobblestone wall, a writing desk in the corner by the open window that has curtains gently fluttering in the warm wind. A large, almost reversed teardrop crystal chandelier remains unlit above your bed, which does its best to take up most of the room. A dresser made out of ghostly wood color holds your quarterstaff on top. There's a chest at the end of your bed full of extra blankets in case of temperatures decide to be temperamental. Haha, okay. And besides, from the empty door that lead, and aside from the empty door that leads to privy, your room remains quiet and rather isolated. Beside your breakfast, there's a schedule each day delivered with your breakfast. Mandatory events that Reyna are required for the week.
Okay, I gotta fix that.
No, you're right. You're good. It is generally all things needed for the coronation, along with extra breaks to recover your still damaged stamina. However, you think can manage to do maybe 3 extra things this week. What would you like to do? Okay. All right.
So we'll never, on these pages, you will always get sort of, if there's an event that's official, it will happen here. It doesn't take away your energy. The extra energy, which you can see on your profile, comes for these events. So you can pick any of those 3, but you get 3 every week.
All right. And that's,
Unless you do
like you said,
something
it's
weird.
in the profile. We're currently on week 1 of 7 with 3 energy.
Yeah.
At the moment.
And yeah.
All right. And our stats are relatively the same still.
Mm-hmm.
We went a little bit down in outgoing, I think, but...
Mm-hmm. Well, because you didn't interrupt your aunt and uncle, all right? You know,
Oh,
that you were more shy.
I was shy.
Yeah.
Less shy and more like, I know Abby. I'm just going to let him ride it out.
Yes.
I mean, her. Good old Aunt Abby.
Yep.
Avia.
Good old Abby, who I did not tell I was ginger bending him either.
The computer system would be the death of you. Oh no, Pixels.
Mm-hmm.
You're here for part of it.
Oh,
Let's go, Kiri.
You missed your cameo already, though. Oh God.
Kiri, I went to study magic under you and everything. You were here. You were in it. Congratulations.
Yeah. So you're welcome to do any of those 3 things, or 5 things. Sorry.
All right. So options: go to the royal court, investigate your mother's death, go to the Temple of the 3 Fates, improve your skills as a warlock, or see a harem member. So, The Temple of the 3 Fates sounds like it was the 3 options we made earlier, like the knight, the warlock, or the rogue. 3 Fates.
Actually, Lizzie should be able to answer who the 3 fates are.
Lizzie can answer who the 3 Fates are. Interesting.
You should know. I tormented her with who the 3 fates were. You're welcome to go see them, though.
Is this a reference to Lizzie's own fanfic that you wrote for her?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Ray.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that completely
I
throws
would
my brain there.
recommend do everything at least once
Everything
and
at
see
least
how it
once.
goes. Yeah. Don't worry, you'll still have 7 weeks, so you'll have time to do everything unless you really lock into one path. Like
And got you. All right.
there's
Well,
because
now
there's technically unlimited court session and unlimited training sessions, so you can technically, I have it prepared. You can technically do nothing but those two options for 7 whole weeks
you're like, I
and
really just want to go to
completely
court
ignore the
over and over
story.
and over and
Yeah.
over and over and over. Yeah, the stream's gonna go for 7 weeks straight. No stops, no breaks.
Yeah,
All right.
instead of before played up every Monday, you do this instead.
You mean plate down? Plate
Yeah,
up.
played down.
Plate up
Sorry,
doesn't exist anymore. We play
license
plate
played
down
down.
now.
Yeah, 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 played down, played down.
Uh, I'm tempted to. You know what? We're gonna dive in. We're gonna see a harem member. We're going
Okay,
hardcore into it from the beginning. Ooh. Okay.
okay. I will warn you. This is the most likely place where there will be bugs because there's a lot of options. Up there they are.
Yep. So ignore the bugs.
Fucking hell! Ignore the bugs. Prepare yourself. This might be broken. We'll see.
Okay. I'll still read through it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
What went fucking wrong? Hold up. I'm gonna.
Hold up.
It's fine. You just keep doing what you're doing. I'm just gonna go scream.
Okay, no problems. You decide to visit the supposed harem you've been hearing whispers about. Unfortunately, you have no idea where this harem is, and thus must summon the harem master. Arriving at your quarters is a servant by the name of Uva Anas, who greets you with a bow. Hello, your highness. Might I treat you to some lovely time with one of your harem members? Who do I have to choose from, you ask, to which Uva smiles brightly at you. Only the most gorgeous people in the realm, Raliga, Nikel, Rule, and Lee, all have been most eagerly awaiting a visit from you. Their evenings have been awfully lonely without you. You consider your options. You decide to pay a member
Okay,
of your...
so that
Yep.
that dialogue only plays if you never got to go to the garden. So, yeah, there was. Ignore that. That's not canon. Go down.
Oh. Okay.
Because there's a path where you end up not seeing the garden at all. And so you'll if yeah, okay. So
Oh, so we were
that's
already
not
winning.
canon. That's yeah. There you go. So this part under the error is actually what you should be seeing. There you go. I have fixed it. I have now fixed it for the future people who game it. But there you go. That's
Okay.
why that's there.
I'm afraid if I refresh it, will it change things, kind of thing.
No, I have to send you a completely new version, so we're gonna just ignore it.
Okay. All right. We'll just ignore it. It's fine. Grace being for the harem is also hilarious. I know. You decide to pay a member of your harem a visit during a moment of your spare time. You go to the garden, finding the ornate door, but as you go to open it, you find it locked. You pull with it. You pull with enough force to check, but the door refuses to budge, even an inch. Your Highness, how wonderful to see you! The familiar voice of Uva Anus calls to you, and the servant waddles to you, arms full of bags of coins? You vaguely recall that Reina mentioned that Uva was your financial advisor as well, but you weren't sure what to make of it at that time. It's nice to see you, Uva, you greet cheerfully before nodding towards the door. Mind telling me why the garden is locked? I was hoping to see the harem. Oh, that's because no one is inside right now, Uva explains. They weren't expecting a visit, so I let them roam around the castle. But if you're wanting company, you've come to the right advisor. I can have whoever you want ready for a date in just a few moments. Great. Do you have a place in mind where I can meet with them? I don't really know much about the city. That won't be necessary, Your Highness. Uva smiles bright smile dims. You're not allowed to leave the castle. Captain's orders. Can't have the heir of Cinadore die on a date. And you'd be surprised how many active street fights happen on dates. Then, do I just have the date at the garden then? You frown slightly. I feel like that's a bit much for a first impression. Not to worry, Uva smile brightens back up. I still have several spots in the castle that work for a fantastically romantic spot. Just leave it to me. All you need to do is tell me who do you want to see, and I'll handle the rest. Except for Falra. He's still in jail for the time being, and I would hate to ruin his streak. Well, that settles your options. Nikel,
All right, who
Lee,
are you gonna
Rule, Ralgia. Actually, you changed your mind. No harem today.
know
All
him
right.
today? Yeah, who are you gonna pick? Who's gonna be the lucky one?
I feel like that is not something for me to decide.
Oh my God! Is it time for our first chat outsourced decision?
This is our first chat outsourced decision. Who we dating?
Woo!
Allowing extra votes. You have 2 minutes
Uh,
for the poll. We are dating someone. We're not doing the no harem option.
oh God, Lee's winning. Is Lee in chat?
Oh no, Lee can make it today.
Oh God, so it's just people love Lee.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Uh, yeah. Okay. I hope it doesn't get too buggy. I'm really hoping this is the part where it could get really, really buggy. As you saw, first bug, it's on the harem route.
Well, the first bug, like you said, was like if you didn't happen to be. I don't know how we would have managed to not make it, but you know.
If you trigger social anxiety, you not trigger. Sorry, that's not the right one. You trigger.
I'm glad I'm not socially anxious enough, I guess.
Social anxiety gives you another route. There's a third route where if you pick another option, you don't get to do that. I can't explain it right now. I'm losing it.
You're okay. You're okay. It's funny. You really you did this so well. It's so well written and thought out and pathed, and it's so good.
Glad I fooled you.
Well, yeah.
I don't think you understand the chaos that has gone through this project. Alright,
Well, I
okay,
feel
okay,
like
okay, no
unless
bugs.
there's a
No.
last minute decision, we might be locked in with who we're going with.
All right, let's see, Lee. All right, go for it, Lee.
But this is
I think
it's
Lee
so
was like
unfortunate
this.
that he's not in chat right now.
Well, at least we know. It was Nate. Lee.
True.
Which
I
I think.
must say I'm very not shocked that Raliga did not get any.
Well, neither did Champ. That's what I was surprised with. Handsome Champ got no votes.
Crazy. Unfortunate. Maybe next
Well,
time.
I guess we
But
have to send the screenshot to them and be like, well, we know who's the most popular here. Got you too.
hey God. Old man, exactly. Hang on, I'm posting that in the Discord.
Because it's not an old man in this game. It's a lovely woman who's eating ice cream. Based off a single emote.
All right,
All right, we're locked into
we're
Lee.
locked in. We're going Lee. Let's see Lee.
Okay. Okay, don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. Oh my God. I know, I'm back to being stressed.
No, don't be stressed. Look, it opened. The page opened.
Okay. Okay, breathe, breathe, breathe. I need my paper bags.
Rainbow, calm down.
Okay, so okay.
Breathe. Deep breaths.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay.
Okay.
Date time. Date time.
Date time. Going in. Get ready, Lee. With the date arranged, you spend the rest of your day idly finishing up tasks that Reyna has requested for your coronation, fittings, and decision making regarding said fittings. All things that don't require much energy. By the time Uva steals you away for your date, you've almost completely forgotten about it. Entirely. I just made up words there.
That's okay.
Uva brings you one of the many drawing rooms in the castle, opening the door.
Add that to my list.
Uva brings you to one of the many drawing rooms in the castle, opening the door with a flourish to welcome you inside. You enter to find your concubine, harem member, date. You're not sure which is the correct term. Seated in a chaise reading. Lee closes the book in hand and sets it aside, smiling at you. Hello, Your Highness. Won't you come have a seat? Uva practically pushes you to sit across from on the other lounging couch. Of course he will. I'll leave you two alone, but I'll be back with some scrumptious snacks so you don't get too carried away. Your financial aid, your financial and romance advisor scurries away, closing the door behind you with a gentle swoosh. You're alone now with Lee, sitting in what you can only discover as someone taking the marble and stone decor of the castle and attempting to make everything out of it. Even the couches haven't been spared. With snacks on the way and a date looking at you expectantly, what will you do first? Graves casually picking up and bringing us a room.
See, Grace was the perfect choice for a hair master. I'm just saying.
Well, what do you know about Lee? Yeah, you got nothing. You don't know anything about Lee. So you're going to have to just wing it. Begin the date and fly blind. Oh boy, we have no
All right,
background.
welcome to our first mini game. Welcome to our first mini game.
Your date
Not all dates are like this, but here you go.
Your date looks expectantly at you. Time for you to charm them. 1 of 3, whatever that means. Attempt to make
you get
conversation.
You get 3. You get to pick 3 in total. If you pick options Lee would like, you will get bonus points. If you pick options Lee doesn't like, you're gonna lose points. And we'll see at the end of the date what your score is. Sorry, Emma, it's definitely not The Sims. I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
I will warn you. One may or may not be. You really want to consider what each of them imply, because there is a way to get an ending right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah, so consider the implications. Sorry, Felix, I didn't put that as an option.
Okay, alright, okay, let's look at what our options are. We're dating Lee. Attempt to make light conversation. Ask Lee some questions. Make a dumb joke. Sincerely compliment them. Ask if they have any board games in here. Ask if they have any instruments in here. Get carried away instantly. Who needs to ask? Okay. Now, gotta put myself in the mindset of what is the correct option to romance Lee from the perspective of this is Lee written by Rainbow. Rainbow's experiencing Lee through streaming, hang on, we're going down a rabbit hole.
This is not even the real version of Lee. This is a fake version of Lee. I've conjured up for a harem. It's not even real Lee. I did pick one for sure that each people I know would like. So you have to, there is one guarantee at least.
This sounds like the experience awaits you. Oh boy. Okay, I maybe gotten the script to run, therefore dinner time. Keep whispering sweet nothings in my ears. No problem, Pixels. Hope you're enjoying what you're hearing.
He's gonna be very surprised. Okay. Yeah. Yep, so go for it. Think about it. Think about it. Really think hard.
I think the quick obvious thing would be to ask if they have any instruments here, because Lee is known for, his drumming streams and his piano
You're welcome
streams.
to ask.
But I feel like me as a person, I start with a dumb joke.
Let's see if Lee likes a dumb joke.
Does Lee like a dumb joke? Will Lee understand a dumb joke? We're tempting it. We're making a dumb joke. A lovely smile crosses upon your date's face. That's a win for you. Let's go. Continue the date.
All right, if I did this right, it should say 2 out of 3.
It says 2. The date looks expectantly at you. Time for you to charm them. 2 of 3. Do we think Rainbow wrote this section after piano started? Ooh, good call, Pixels. Good
Well,
call.
I wrote this 8 months ago, Pixels, so no.
All right. We led with the dumb joke. We got them to smile. We got it. We're locking it in. So now we ask, do they have any instruments? Your date beams at you. Clearly, you stumbled across something that makes your Lee happy. I love making my Lee happy. Continue the date. Your date looks expectantly at you. Time for you to charm them. 3 of 3.
All right, last time you can either make big money or you can completely bungle this. We'll
All right.
find out.
I feel like Lee hates light conversation. I feel like Lee doesn't want to answer questions. We can compliment Lee. We can ask Lee if they have any board games in here. Lee's going to be like, why are we talking about board games? Or get carried away. Are we going all in? Do we get carried away? Who needs to ask?
Reconsider that last question really closely. Consider those implications.
Oh, experience says no carry away.
Just really consider that. Really consider those implications. Really consider those implications.
And we like consent, so true.
Unless you are welcome to save if you like to see what happens, but I will warn you, saving is a little weird. I don't know.
No. We don't play the game of, oh, that was a bad choice, let's go back. You warned me if we do a bad choice and get a game over, if we could do it quickly.
You can't get it. Yeah.
Oh, Lee, your arms are so drumming. Your chin is so camoing.
That's exactly what I wrote. All right, so what's going to be the... Yeah. You can also, if you'd like to outsource this one to chat, you can outsource the final decision to chat.
Well, I feel like chat's very adamant. We do not get carried away, it seems. So maybe we do a sincerely compliment. Lee, can't handle being complimented very well without blushing. Lee seems far more relaxed with you, and they smile more often. The door suddenly swings open.
So you actually, congratulations, Ray. You have, that was a 3 out of 3 for perfect mini game.
Let's go. I know, Lee.
I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to pull it off.
I wasn't sure either. I was already like, oh, okay, we're going all in. All right. The door violently swings open, and in strolls Nickel, a gothic princess of your harem. She practically spins into the room before stopping, looking at you and Lee. She gasps loudly. What is going on here? Absolutely shameless behavior from you, Lee. It's my time with His Highness. You blink in confusion. I'm pretty sure I asked for it. For me? Nickel presses a hand to her forehead. I'm sorry, I'm late for our date, Your Highness. I didn't think someone else would moosey on in. Link blinks also in confusion, for half a heartbeat before standing. I didn't mosey on in. Perhaps we were scheduled for the same time? At the same time, Nickel gasps again. You think His Highness would make a mistake? Heresy. You try again. No, I'm pretty sure I asked. It's not your fault, Lee says softly. And while you were pretty sure, they're reassuring you. It's not you they're looking at. Of course it's not their fault, Nickel snaps her fingers. We must talk with Uva at once. This is an embarrassment, a completely ruined time for His Highness. Come, Lee, we must repent at once. I don't actually think it's the best time to...
Cracking up at the idea of Cal just snapping with her fingers. Sorry, you put that image into my head and now I can't stop giggling.
This really does sound like that. Yeah, it really does. Also, Pixels, you're not wrong. I actually don't think this is a big deal. I don't actually think it's that big of a deal that you try for a final time. What's going on? Uva interrupted from the door, holding a platter of snacks. She was planning on busting in with snacks?
No, Mikkel busted in and Uva has now just showed up with the snacks. That's the order of the narrative.
Oh, it's terrible. How could you, Uva? Nikel practically sobbed into Uva's shoulder, sending the snacks scattered to the floor. Your date winces at the dramatics before glancing over to you and then to the door repeatedly. You stand up and slip out of the increasingly insanity that interrupted your date. You don't even get a chance to have snacks. You don't even really get a chance to say goodbye to your date as Lee closes the door with grimace. Well, you'll have to try this date again some other time. Not the snacks! That was
All right.
good job. Clap clap.
Oh, thank you. All right. Hopefully the score system doesn't break now. Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna click the button. We're good. No errors.
Fingers crossed. Okay. breathing.
With a rather abrupt end to your first date with Lee, you head back to your quarters. You can't help but wonder how you did on your date. You wave at your guards as you end your room. And you rest for a bit.
Adding that blip.
You doze with all sorts of weird images popping into your head. Well, you're not going to think about it too hard. Congrats, Raffle, on the 100%. Raffle, one day you might show up in this, if you're not in jail. Maybe, potentially, we're not sure.
Well, actually, unfortunately, we will never see Raphael out of jail, so
right.
There is that.
Date score breakdown. Trope bonus, 2,509. Global and cultural perspective bonus, 2,432. Low self-esteem bonus, negative 4,327. Not being an ass bonus, 8,316. Harem jealousy, negative 4,674. With a total grade of S+. We S+ lead.
A perfect grade.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Woo. Let's check that profile out. How's that doing? Energy remaining 2.
Yep, so you'll have 2 more things for week
1. Cruelty is still higher. Outgoing is still higher. Impulsive is higher. Honesty is lower. More deceitful. And then the other side, that is still 50-50. Okay. Nice. Just in time for ads, too. Pixels, I lied. Oh, no. What'd you lie about?
Did you lie?
We lied. If you haven't already, make sure you're hydrating, if you've been settled in for the past 2 hours of this.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I completely lied to you, and I said this would take about 2 hours.
You're fine. 2 hours in, we had our first date, and it was a success. I feel like that's a win.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I guess, I read faster than I talk out loud. I guess that is the extra step.
Purry. Girl, you're naked.
Purry.
What?
What's naked?
Girl.
That's not in the script.
What? Hello?
There's no nudity in the script.
Or are you talking about me wearing a bathrobe right now?
Oh, that?
What's in the glass?
Yeah.
Whatever you want it to be. If you're talking IRL, right now I'm drinking a bottle of wine that my boss made called Redbone Rhubarb wine.
Yeah, I do think your boss has a crush on you if he's spending it on rhubarb wine. Sorry.
Oh, he made it, so
Okay, well, yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, made.
Okay, well done on your S+ date. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
First one out of the gate.
Yes. So good. I know my harem so well. Speaking of, I guess we should, you're not going to think about it too hard.
Yeah. Because there's no in-game way to do a date score breakdown, so it's just, don't think about it too much.
I have stories about things my boss has done to me, Pixels.
Like good things or bad
Like
things?
HR things.
Oh God. That's not good. I didn't think of the implications. That's
Yeah.
not great.
Anyway,
Well,
this is
Addison
neither
gets
the
one.
time nor the place, even though it's kind of
No, no,
related.
no, no. Let's not go.
Anyway, returning back to your quarters, you can't help but notice the difference between your quiet rooms and how busy the outside halls are. You notice servants dashing from one place to the next, patrolling guards in their rotations, petitioners passing by on their way to the throne room. Not a soul recognizes you. You curse at the gods, mostly in jest. For the first time in practically forever, you actually get to meet people that haven't been selected carefully for you by your aunt, and you're their king. Just your luck, you resist the urge to sigh. Perhaps you'll take the time to make some friends now, before the Cinder Shard crown gets in the way. Not like the crown will stop you from making friends, but it certainly will hinder you. Before you actually reach your quarters, you break free of your inner musings to see four people, armored and armed in their patrolling guards. Like they're patrolling guards, only they remain stuck outside your quarters. One paces back and forth in front of your door, another leans on the wall, and the remaining two engage in quiet conversation about you and whether or not you'll wake up. You blink for a moment in confusion. You're not entirely sure what to say, but they're blocking the entrance to your quarters, so you don't have much choice but to see what's going on with them. One of the guards in conversation absently looks up at you before looking back at the other guards, before swinging their head back up to you, falling into a clumsy bow. Your Highness! The other three guards spring up to follow suit, all messily bowing to you. You tilt your head to the side. Who exactly are you? I'm Tossel. Nice to meet you, one of the guards. Tossel, you note the name, chimes up before another of the most indiscreet way elbows him in the gut and hisses out, "That's not how to talk to the king, Goblin Brain." "Should I have offered him a chocolate instead?" Tossel whispers back, and another guard, the one that first recognizes you, interrupts with a practiced smile. "Your Highness, we are sent by the captain to guard you while you rest. I'm Hax. This is Fangs." Fangs. She gestures to the one
Yeah,
who's elbowed Tossel before pointing to the one next to her. "And this is Kaio. And you've already met Tossel." It you, Hax."
it's you. You're one of the guards.
You nod slowly, "And you're here to guard my room." Kaio unfolds herself. "Of course, your highness. This will always be two of us here to guard your quarters, rotating at random times to ensure that you're always safe. When you're sleeping at last, your uncle insisted that you need some space when you're awake." "We were meant to explain this when you woke up," Fangs mentioned, with her low bow. "But you seem to have beaten us to the punch, your highness." It made sense you glanced over the four of them before something occurred to you. "If you're meant to be protecting me in shifts, why are all four of you here?" There was a long moment of silence. A very long moment of silence. An uncomfortably long moment of silence. Tossel broke it by asking, "Do you think if we go and check the schedule now, your highness, you can avoid being murdered in the next 5 minutes?" Chaos erupted in front of you, with Hax whirling around to stare in horror at Tossel. Fangs slamming a palm directly to her forehead loud enough to echo down the castle hall, and Kaio putting her head in her hands and saying, "Tossel, you can't say that to someone whose mother just died." Oh my god.
My favorite clouds.
You decided to leave your guards to sort themselves out. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, "I'm just going to my quarters. You figure this shit out yourself."
Nope.
What
That.
would you
I see an error. I gotta fix that too.
What would you like to do in the meantime? You think can manage to do maybe 2 extra things this week, or maybe all of them today if the guards all decide to explode from not knowing the schedule.
All
You're
right, and you can just ignore this other paragraph. It's not supposed to pop up right now.
okay, skipping that paragraph.
Yeah.
However, you think you can manage to do maybe 2 extra things this week before needing to sleep. What would you like to do? Go to the royal court, investigate your mother's death. Go to the temple of the three fates. Improve your skills as a warlock, or see. I remember. We just saw Lee. We need to focus on doing something else right now, I think.
Mhm. We should
Also,
go see Uncle Emmett.
we should see Uncle Emmett. You're recommending we see Uncle Emmett?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you want to level up, don't you?
Yeah, true. True. We should level up. I can't believe Fangs didn't set your bed on fire. She wasn't allowed in the room.
The room. She's only allowed to guard outside the room. I made sure of it.
Hax being clearly the most competent of the four of them.
Well, okay, look, if you're the most competent clown in the posse, what does that say about you? But yeah, you could do anything. I just, if you want to see your uncle, go improve your skills. If you want to see your aunt, go to the royal court.
All right, so this was the ant one with the royal court. Investigate your
Mhm.
mother's death is a different category. The Temple of Fates was a different category, and then improving your skills as a warlock was your uncle, right? So,
Yeah, with other things involved with them. It's not just, hey, it's your uncle. You don't get to train at all. Your
gotcha.
uncle does the training with you.
Oh my gosh, the crispy clown. All right,
I feel bad about the crispy because I had to cut her role, except for one mention of her.
well, she does get mentioned at least.
Yep.
So there you go. Congrats, Crispy. We haven't found you yet, but you're here somewhere. All right, let's go improve our skills as a warlock. We're gonna learn more than just firebolt. You grab your quarterstaff from on top of your dresser to set off a train. You make your way to the training yard from your room, down to the courtyards, and towards the eastern side of the castle, past the garden. Capital G Garden. The training ground is surrounded by high castle walls with targets painted on the side, patchwork dummies and empty cages shoved carelessly into the corner, and the dirt is unevenly scuffed as if there was a recent fight. You hear before you see the high-pitched whines of the hounds and your uncle's laughter. From the other side of the training ground, a ball sails from the opposing archway and lands at your feet. You watch as the archway is suddenly overrun with a small army of hounds, laser focused by the ball by your feet. You reach down from the ball, but instantly headbutted off your feet as the hounds surround you and the ball. You feel the air escape your lungs, and almost instantly you know that you're going to have a very bruised stomach from where one of the hounds hits you. Some lick your face as you lay on the ground, while others clamp over you. A sharp whistle breaks the air, and the hounds scatter from you. You blink a few times as you catch your breath before you feel someone grab your hands. Hey, kiddo, they told me that you were up and about, not on the ground yet. You let out a faint laugh. I live to be unpredictable, Uncle Eminent. Your uncle steadies on your feet, checking you over for injuries. You alright? No broken bones or anything? I'll be fine, you say. I've survived worse. Rainbow, I have a very important question.
Yes, go ahead.
The hounds that Uncle Eminent,
Hmm.
that we grew up, hunting in the mushroom woods with,
Yes.
are they ever named?
One is.
Okay. All right.
It has a very special
You don't
name.
need to say
It
what the
has a
name
very
is. I
special
just I
name.
just want to know if a name does pop up essentially. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I think you can figure out which name it is because it's, Emma.
Uncle
There's a
Eminem.
very
Oh,
special
Purry,
dog.
Purry, you haven't met Aunt Avia yet. Your uncle freezes and takes a big step away from you. You look around in confusion before taking a half step towards him. What's wrong? Kiddo, I suppose it's your highness now, or it always has been technically, comes to murmur from Uncle Eminet, who doesn't meet your gaze and scratches at his hands, looking almost like he's collapsing in on himself. He keeps going on a tangent about the title you now hold, and you're quickly recognizing that he's spiraling, probably because you tend to spiral in the same way. Oh no, we picked up Emma's mannerisms. We were raised by our uncle for too long. Uncle Eminet, you're not entirely sure what to say or do in this scenario, but you reach for his hand and simply hold them. You don't know what else to do, so you simply repeat, "What's wrong?" Your uncle takes a moment to collect himself before it rushes out of him. "I'm so sorry, Ray, for pushing you into this role without telling you what you were going to face, for letting you face him alone, for everything you've done to endure. Has anyone asked how you're coping with your mother's death?" You blink slowly before offering up hesitantly. "You did. Just now." That seemed to only devastate Uncle Eminem more. Oh, kiddo, I'm glad you survived, but I wish I never had to put you in this situation. I wish we had more time. You cut him off, shaking his head. You watch as, in a heartbeat, your uncle goes from mourning you to meeting you head on, a flash of determination in his eyes. But I'm here. The gods know I have much on my plate, but I swear to you, you can put your burdens on me for whatever you need, as best as I can, kiddo. You feel your shoulders tighten and you breathe out. Thank you. It doesn't feel like enough. There's still much more that you wish you could say, but you feel something gently bumps your leg. You look down to see one of the happiest of your uncle's hounds, Willow, dropping the ball next to your foot. Clearly, during the conversation, the victor of who gets the ball has been determined. The rest of the hounds were gathered upon Willow, pleading with their small beady eyes. Your uncle clears his throat and laughs. Well, let's get to it. You cautiously pick up the ball and ask, get to what? Training, he exclaims cheerfully, gesturing for you to follow. This is a training ground after all, and I may not be as politically inclined or emotionally damaging as Avia, but I can still help you show the fact that he's like, yeah, my wife is emotionally damaging.
How else would you describe Abby if not emotionally damaged?
Willow named. Purry volunteers to do the art for it.
I'd love more art. If anyone makes fan art, let me know instantly, because I will sob over it.
True. If you make any fan art from today's stream, please post it in the Discord, because I want to see myself. And it deserves to be shared. I'm concerned about what's happening below, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. So, we're going to keep reading.
Don't worry.
You hand him a ball and follow him after him. How so? Well, I know for the past 4 years you've taken up my offer to study with the Arcanist, Uncle Emmett explains. But Curie's methods are only one way of using your magic. The best way of becoming a better warlock is to practice against real enemies. That's how your mother got as powerful as she did. Curie mentioned, real enemies? Didn't we, she sputtered for a moment, trying to find the right words. Weren't you heartbroken that I nearly died? How is putting me into a fight with real enemies going to help? Don't worry. You can't die in these fights, but you will lose energy with nothing to show for it. Your uncle then nods towards with the empty cages by the training dummies. My city friends are happy to supply me with a series of enemies for you, but I will never give you something I can't defeat, should things look dire. Of course, if you run into something dangerous outside of the training rounds, then death is a very real possibility. I like how it's purple text as like bold. This is the game mechanic.
Oh, wait, just wait, it gets better.
Well, that's mildly morbid, you say faintly, feeling a pit of nervousness sink into your stomach. That's why I'm training you, to prevent anything mildly to extremely morbid, Uncle Emmett stresses it to you. Every time you win against an enemy, you will get more powerful, and I'll help you learn new ways of fighting. At least the tricks I learned when I was your age, nothing too special. Any questions before we do a practice fight? Yeah, just one. How are you doing that with your voice? Doing what? Your uncle asks, his sweet smile turning mischievously. You sputter out. The thing, I don't know how to describe the thing, just divine gifts, kiddo. He laughs as you're sputtering. Ready? How are you doing that with your voice? How are you, open carrot, color purple, close carrot, divine gift, open carrot, / close carrot. I don't know. I don't know coding.
This is well, I mean, you're very close. It's actually span/ban, but this is an ongoing thing about how in Lizzie's fanfiction all the gods had colored text. And because technical Uncle Emmett is related, to a god, he also has the ability to speak in colored text. This has been a joke been going for, honestly, about nearly a year long.
Congrats, Uncle Emmett, for being purple.
Purple. tried to make it as close to Emma's actual Twitch name as possible, so that's why it's purple.
I love it. All right. I'm going to battle. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. Let's see who's gonna fight. You have 3 options. We'll see which one gets
Uncle
picked.
Eminette whistles to Willow, the goodest girl, TM, to appear. Begin battle. I'm fighting Willow? Uh-oh.
You don't kill her. This is the practice run.
Ray, 25 out of 25 HP. Willow, the goodest girl, TM, 10 out of 10 HP. Your turn. Choose action. Quick attack, lower damage, always hits. Power attack, high damage, may miss. Oh man, I'm fighting the goodest girl? The good...
Yep.
Oh no. We're powering.
Don't worry. It's Uncle told you this was a practice battle. You're just gonna wear her out.
We're gonna wear her out. We're gonna power attack that doggo. No dogs were harmed during this fight. Need a disclaimer at the bottom
No,
of
we're
the screen.
gonna have a cutscene. Don't worry. There's a cutscene gonna be afterwards that explains the dogs are just tired.
You land a power attack for 7 damage. Willow, the goodest girl TM, attacks you for 4 damage. Your turn. Choose an action. Alright. If that was 7, I'm gonna do a quick attack. Low damage, always hit. You defeated Willow, the goodest girl. We won. Dun 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 dun. Okay.
Victory is yours.
Victory! Nicely done, kiddo. Uncle Eminette cheers for you. Really wore him out. You catch your breath, letting the sleeping dogs lie as you step over them towards your uncle. Wasn't much of a challenge. Easy as hitting a button over and over again. Your uncle huffs
No
fun.
meta here.
I need to judge your skills, Ray. Now that I know, well, let's just say I know exactly which of my friends I need to talk to. Ominous. You begin to walk back to your room with your uncle, the hounds quickly forming a cuddle pile in the training ground. You say to him, I'm still wildly curious about your friends who can give all these dangerous enemies for me to fight. How did you even meet them? Honestly, I would just show up and say a couple things, and then I instantly had them swearing that they would die for me. Uncle Eminette muses, scratching the back of his head. And then I would have to tell them that please don't, and somehow that made them even more insane. It's very hard not to be fond of them. Well, will I get to meet these friends of yours? You ask as you reach to the door to your quarters, glancing over your shoulder at your uncle, who suddenly has a 1,000-yard stare. It can wait, he mutters out, his face going through 5 stages of grief and investing at least 3 more. Until after the coronation. Definitely until after the coronation. Uncle Eminette then brightens. I'll see you whenever you need more training, Ray. I'll be ready whenever you are. You smile just as brightly before entering your room. That went well. We didn't die to Willow.
No, you can't. Again, you can't lose to Willow. Even if you lose the training, you're fine.
This is so good. It's so good, Purry. You flop on your bed, pour yourself a glass of water, and take a moment to wipe down the sweat on your face, taking a moment to rest. No matter if you decide to go back to the training ground, the minute you finish having a glass of water and a snack or not, it's important to take care of yourself, as the age-old Cinadore proverb would say. Hydrate or dihydrate. Make sure you have a drink, everybody. Cheers.
Yeah, ancient Cinadorian proverb here, guys.
Hydrate, don't dihydrate.
Yep.
Alright. You return to your quarters to find Tossel and Hax standing guard outside your quarters. Seems that they have gotten their schedules sorted, and rotation of guarding your rest has begun. It's a little odd to have 2 guards dedicated to protecting your quarters, especially when you're not even in them, but you're supposed that's how a king can sleep safely, I guess. I don't know. However, you think you can manage to do 1 extra things this week before needing to sleep. What would you like to do? How's our profile looking? We're level 2! We leveled up.
Yep.
Let's go. Alright, stats look like they're the same stats. Cool.
Yes. You'll need to go to court if you want those to change.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if we need to go to court...
there's some events in-game that won't do it, but like they're a bit more rare, and they're a little hard to find.
Why don't we go to court then? And meet our aunt,
Let's go see Aunt
Avia. Jinx. Your guard hacks is so short. Alright. You decide to pay your royal court a visit. You know that your Aunt Avia has set up camp as your regent since the moment you have arrived. While most would see this as a clear power grab, you know your aunt just likes emotionally destroying people, and politics is simply the vessel to do it. You walk from your room towards the inner heart of the castle. More portraits, artistically veiled with thick, dark fabric, loom over you. Well, goodbye, Ollie. I mean, Captain Draws, being my regent.
I think I made a typo there, but I'll fix that later.
It might not be a typo. I might just be dumb and reading incorrectly. It's fine.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna keep going. We're gonna ignore it.
What was the point of having so many portraits of your mother hanging in the halls if they were going to be covered up anyway? Why not have them taken down? You already know what you would see. Gold and green and grief. You ignore them steadfast as you walk faster to your court. The massive stone door, gilded ethereally, white spun with gold and silver, is already open, and a small trail of people enter as a small trail leaves. 2 guards manage the doorway, and as you walk past the line into the throne room, you hear one whisper to the other. Do we announce the king's arrival, Soupy? Did he ask? No. So remain as you are, Runk. We're not the herald. Alright, we got Soupy and Runk.
Sophia Rock, they're in here. Yeah, don't ask me why Soupy played a guard when Kiri's a magical warlock. I don't know either. That's just how the world went.
Things happen. It's fine.
I believe they're still engaged in this universe, though.
You didn't get a good look at the throne room last time you were here. You were a bit preoccupied with the whole divine incineration thing, but now that you have a chance, you can only admire it. The entire room is carved out of the same ethereal material of the door until you reach the ground where it turns to a diamond glass encasing lava. The moving magma is almost too bright to look at directly, but it bathes the room in red light reflecting from the white that paints the rest of the throne room. The diamond glass keeps the lava from melting anyone, but it does erase the heat. With each and every step against the glass feels like putting your foot next to the edge of a fire. Perhaps that is why all the petitioners are fine with waiting their turn, being able to stand in a long zigzag obsidian and gold rug that ends in the middle of the throne, where the current petitioner stands. 2 sets of 8 rings made from the white marble circle the left and right of the petitioner's position on the edge of the throne room. The left platform represents the 8 rings of the capital, holding all your current court officials, from their scribes to seneschals. To your steward. I'm dumb. It remains as a fairly full platform, although the notable gaps between your staff. Notable gaps between your staff. You don't recognize any of them specifically from your welcoming committee, but they most definitely recognize you. Each of your steps causing a different official to double take. Some whisper to their neighbor, some bow their heads in indifference, and some simply stare. The right platform represents your vassal, the nobles of Cinadore, and those who are rich enough to buy themselves a seat. Unlike your staff's platform, this one is far more decorated with house sigils and gemstones and holds a few people. You suspect you'll see more at your coronation, or rather, you should see all of them, or at least a representative from each family. You're trying your best to remember everything, patched together from your tutors to your aunt. It's not an easy thing to be burdened with, but you suppose there is no better teacher than practice. You're here, you're willing to learn, and you'll ideally be able to claim any mistake as a practice run for when you actually become the king. Or so you hope. There is a weight on your shoulders and a tightness in your stomach, but you try not to let it show on your face as reality wraps around you tightly. This is your throne room. This is your court. These are your subjects. It is time for you to play the part. You steel yourself and sidestep the petitioner, still in her place. There in front of you is your Aunt Avia and the throne. She is standing on the 8th step, on the same level as your highest ranked nobles and most important officials, but the 9th remains empty, holding only the throne. Your throne. A giant throne, golden melted from the original Eloic throne and carved into a display of shards and spikes pulling towards the sides, where lava coursed through like blood into a heart. Behind the throne itself lies the pool of lava where the Cinder King rests. The lava sluggishly moves and wavers as blasts of fire escape from it. You doubt the Cinder King is currently in the throne's pools, based on how you nearly melted last time he was in them. Still, the jets of fire behind the giant spiked throne made for terrifying visage. It was a throne made for the Cinder King, after all. You sat it once before, when you were little. The memory floats into your mind like a dream. You don't remember why you were alone at the time, just that you were, and that you had cheerfully decided that seeing your mother was the best course of action. You remember toddling up to the throne, the stifled giggles of the officials, the confusion of the nobles, and the captain of the guard, who had taken her petition, interrupted with a good sense of humor.
That's Captain Maria.
Your mother didn't stop court or send you off, simply picked you up, pulled her glittering gold cloak to the side of the throne, bundled you up in softness instead of the spikes of the throne. You remember curling into her side, feeling pleasantly warm and enthralled by the shininess of her emerald green earrings. Then the warmth took over. Your eyes had grown heavy, and you simply snuggled closer to your mother. Safely asleep on the most coveted seat of power, protected by the most powerful person in the land, someone you once thought was untouchable. The memory, sweet as a dream, suddenly sours, and you push away to focus on the here and now. I don't think you can get practice runs in the middle of a court. Or if you're the Divine Chosen One. I sentenced someone innocent to death. My bad. Just practice. Whoops.
Well, that's what your aunt is for. She'll correct you.
Oh my goodness. You climb the steps of the throne, silence aside from your steps echoing in the throne room. Your eyes flicker to Aunt Avia, who meets yours, a myriad of emotions going through them: sadness, pride, frustration, joy. You watch your aunt's hands twitch, and you're not sure if she's going to hug you or strangle you suddenly. For the first time in your life, she does neither, and curtsies, with her head dipped down in respect. Oh, were you saying Aunt Avia strangling us? Hang on, time out.
Thinking more like the Homer Simpson Bart thing, like that thing where you just shake them. I'm not thinking of like something violent. I'm thinking very cartoony, like picking them up and shaking them. Please don't take that as a thing against Aunt Avia here. I mean it in a fully cartoon.
Aunt Avia is fully fictional. Don't worry about it.
Don't tell Avi.
I just love I love the way though. It's fine.
They go for it.
All right. She does neither and curtsies, her head dipped down in respect. You hear rather than see everyone else in the court follow suit. Aunt Avia remains bowed, but you hear her whisper to you, "I am glad you're here, Ray." You know this is fiction. Avia would never say that.
Yeah, I know. This is the one emotional moment you get with your aunt, and then she's back to emotional damage. Take it as you will.
Let's go. You smile faintly before you can say anything. Your aunt rises and calmly and exclaims loudly to the entire court, "Your Highness, we welcome you to your esteemed court. What dedication to see you take time out of your recovery to check in on us." There's the muttering of approval, and your aunt tilts her head to the throne, gesturing for you to sit. You step up one final time, turn and rest in the throne. It's simultaneously bigger and smaller than you remember. Aunt Avia looks up to you and flashes you a pleased smile before saying in a low voice, "Ray, are you ready for all that court has to offer? I'll help you out as much as I can, but I should warn you, this is a vicious court, even with the most of the elite still arriving. There are going to be a lot of people trying to shape and influence you into what they want to happen, push you into a scandal." "What do I need to do then?" you ask with the same low voice. Sorry, what do I need to do then?
Hmm?
Think of it like navigating a maze. You need to avoid scandal and follow what will give you approval. Your aunt pauses for a second. If you're successful in reaching a verdict for these petitions, you'll be able to use the court influence for your own gain and become more strong in your values. Whichever way you lean, if not, well, you're just going to have an exhausting political headache to deal with. "And how do I going to navigate this maze?" you ask, glancing at the petitioner, who is still waiting and beginning to fidget absently. Use your mouse mouse. Aunt Avia whispers. Manners, oblation, ubiquity, skepticism, economic mouse. Use your mouse. As you stare dumbfoundedly by your Aunt Avia's acronym, she instead turns back to the petitioner. Where were we, Nat? It is of no concern of mine whether your family has. What was it again? The petitioner, Nat, blinks before offering up hesitantly. Food? Ha! You really should have thought about that before you came, peasants. Oh my gosh. You resist the urge to both sigh and squirm from the emotional damage from your aunt. My aunt's apparent Aunt Avi is just Yzma. I understand. Okay.
Exactly how I faced her. I'm like, what would Abby feel like as a woman? I'm like,
What
probably
would
Yzma.
Abby be as a woman is Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. Exactly. You instead prepare yourself for the maze that is avoiding scandal and following your now very attentive court's approval, reaching a verdict for each petition. You're still not sure what kind of advice use your mouse is, but you're supposed you'll take what you can get from it. Ready to
All right, so
navigate the maze. Okay, yep.
before you click, this is going to be a new mini game. It is timed. Don't panic.
A new mini game that is timed, but don't panic.
10 seconds is way more time than you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you screw up, don't worry, you'll have 6 more weeks to try.
Yeah, true. And also, experience is very true. We don't feed the poor, but we do give you a free meal here every time you tune into the stream. Feel free to claim your free meal. Whether or not it's a good meal is always questionable.
That is true. Okay, don't panic. Brace yourself.
Not panicking.
And remember,
move my keyboard
use
so
your
that I have more
manners,
space.
ovulation, ubiquity, skepticism, and the economic scandal. Okay, just use the mouse.
I am never memorizing that. I hope you understand.
I don't think you're supposed to.
Okay.
I just thought that was the funniest acronym I could come
It's
up
great.
with for
I
use your
love
mouse.
it. All right, navigating the maze. Avoid scandal. Gain approval. Oh, I understand. Okay, gain approval and reach a verdict in 10 seconds. Verdict. Okay. All right, we got it. We figured it out. Next petitioner, Your Highness, asks you a pleased smile on her face as you successfully give your verdict. Okay. I was worried I didn't click anything. I just ran over to it and it changed the scene.
You're supposed to run over to it. I didn't make it that complex.
Okay. I was like, did I run out of time already?
No. You'll tell because she'll yell at you and give you emotional damage.
Oh man, I'm so used to Avi yelling at me.
Uh-huh.
All right. Your court officials reflect your aunt's mood, seemingly satisfied with the nobility make the effort to compliment and praise your obviously well thought out verdict. The line of petitioners shrink just a little as your next subject appears. You could keep going like your aunt suggests, but you could also end your court session on a high note. No one will say anything. After all, you are not meant to be doing full sessions at court yet. Simply appearing and giving them a taste of the future rule is good enough. End on a high note?
For one energy, you can do this minigame up to 3 times. So if you click next petitioner until it runs out, you got a max of 3 rounds. In which case, you have max advantage. So you can't spam it unlimitedly, but you do, for 1 energy, you can play 3 rounds of this game.
Okay.
I would not recommend ending on a high note. See how many mazes you can fix. Let's see it, because they change every time.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Let's see. Can you do it again?
Next petitioner, Your Highness. Avoid scandal and gain approval. Oh, we're on slanted here. Verdict. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Your aunt asks you, please smile on her face and give your verdict. Your court official will
It's going to be the same one.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not that creative.
No, you're good.
There is, if I open it, how much? In court, avoid game. You can play this game up to 54 different times.
Dang.
So you don't have time to write a unique message for all 54 times. However, if you win all 3 rounds, there is a unique compliment.
All right, we're going for the unique compliment. Can we get a third? Go 3 out of 3 of reaching the verdict. 3rd round. Avoid the scandals. Avoid the. Oh, we're doing a serpentine thing here. All right. Finally, you've hit your limit for the royal court. As you end your court session, your aunt dips her head in acknowledgement and escorts you from the throne and into the halls. Just far enough out of sight so no one hears or sees her practically dance on the spot gleefully. Your subjects are as happy as hounds, Eminent, and keeps hell of a job out there, Aunt Avi grins. This is
That's your
everything I
unique
wanted.
compliment.
This is everything I wanted for you, my sweet Ray. You're going to be the greatest king this kingdom has ever seen. You smile tiredly at her as she links her arms around you and taking you down the hall. At least someone has the energy to be excited about your accomplishments. Let's go. We got the
Mhm.
good ending with Aunt Avia.
Yeah, good ending.
After your time in the royal court, whispers are already beginning to flood the hall, washing over the servants and dipping their way down into the city. You hear a couple snippets as you make your way back to the room, and you can form a general consensus of what people are saying. And it's unbelievably high praise. You think you would have needed to do more than answer a few petitioners and solve the puzzles of the people who have earned this time of praise, but you're hardly going to complain. You gather that most people have low expectations of you and adjusted their standards accordingly. However, you've chosen to blow them all out of the water. If this is how you handle yourself now, how will you do when you are crowned? I feel like that defines me to a point. People have very low expectations when they come to the stream.
I have the highest. You are my favorite detective.
Oh, let's go. There could not be a more pleased person in the world than your aunt is right now. Aunt than your aunt is right now. A bird that got a feast of worms handed to it. Well done, Ray. Well done indeed. What interesting whispers. Whispers. There are other rumors and whispers swirling around, but that is the main consensus. As you approach the door to your quarters, your aunt waves the guards away for a moment before she speaks up, a sly note in her voice. This is so much going on right now. It would not be difficult to have the court influence what they're saying. You mentioned using the court influence earlier, but I'm not sure what you mean by that, you then asked curiously. Or are the whispers what you meant? Of course, the Aunt Avia pulls her long earrings back into place. Pulls one of her long earrings? Does she just like yank her ear? What?
I want you to imagine about earrings that are like a foot long. That is the Cinadorian fashion. That is why they're constantly having to be moved.
Constantly readjusting the ear. That makes more sense of how you were able to like try to suckle. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I'm basing these off of one aunt I have who lives in Texas who has very specific earrings. Okay. This is the entire basis for fictional world's fashion choices. Okay.
Shout out to Rainbow's aunt with the foot long emerald earrings.
And they were real emeralds too. I nearly chewed on. I could have been really rich for a day.
All right. The best piece of influence that you have your court wield for you is for those rumors. You might be divinely destined to inherit the Cinder Shard crown, but you only have as much power as the people want you to. We come to my point. The court influences the whispers and the rumors. She pauses for a moment to think. You've blown everyone's expectations, and I hope you will continue to do so, which gives us 3 whispers in your favor. The court is dying to share anything about you, so this will be easy. What sort of whispers, you ask, leaning against the door. Oh, the easiest ones right now. How people see you. I'll consider teaching you more ways of controlling the court. Blackmail is my specialty. But after your coronation, Aunt taps her index finger to her lips and winks. But I'm not going to getting in trouble with your uncle until after he's back home. Several hundred miles away, so he can only yell at me via letter. So you'll do with me, making every whisper about you. You think for a moment and decide. Let people know what fate awaits when they disappoint me, plus 5 to cruelty. Let people know that they can come to me with any problem, plus 5 to kindness. I value the truth. I will always give a truthful answer, plus 5 to honesty. I will be honest when it suits me, plus 5 to deceitful. Ooh, shiny coin, plus 5 to impulse. Let me consider my options carefully, plus 5 to patient. Hello, random citizen. How is your day going? +5 to outgoing. Dot 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 dot, +5 to shy. I'm thinking about the last petitioner's case. Was there something more I could have done? +5 to dutiful. Or maybe spread a rumor that I despise court. +5 to rebellious. All right.
So most bonuses come around if you have 75 in either stat. So outgoing is pretty good for most of those bonuses. I would check now and see if there's any stat you can increase, because you have 15 points to play around with, right?
Do I have 15? Is that what it said?
Yep. Well, because you have 3 whispers and each whisper is worth 5.
Oh, I understand. Okay. So because we did 3 successfully, we can upgrade 3 point.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because, there's some mazes you might only get 2, or there's some mazes you might only get 1, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, you said we're pretty good on outgoing at 75 right now. We could boost impulsive a bit. We're at 65 there. We're also at 60 for cruelty. We could be cruel and outgoing. Cruel and impulsive seemed like a bad combination.
You would be surprised on how often those 2 stats can get linked.
Let's add 5 to cruelty. This is the same text up here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not everything will have unique text. Sometimes my brain got fired.
You're fine. And then shiny coin for the impulsiveness. And now, do we see those bonuses already? We do.
Yep. They are instant.
Okay. Let's do. You said impulsive. You said 75 is kind of like the cutoff.
75 is usually when most things will trigger. There is,
Okay.
I think, 1 or 2 where you need it completely maxed out, but 75 is my happy spot.
All right, so let's do another 5, so at least we get impulsive also at 75 then. So now we have
Ooh, shinies!
ooh shinies. 65.
Which I'm glad
in
Lizzie
cruelty.
caught that reference.
Ooh, shiny coin. Ooh, shiny coin.
Which,
So now we have
what's the
outgoing
feeling
impulsive
about?
at 75%. Cruelty's at 65. And then the others are where they were. That's all the rumors your aunt can spread of you. She curtsies in a flourish and leaves you to enter your quarters in peace. That court session sure left an impact on you. Go rest. Is that the end of our
And that's the end of week 1.
End of week 1. You are completely exhausted. You have no more strength for any extra events this week. In fact, you should really get some rest right now. Rest until the next week. You are certain you are asleep. You can recall the moment your head rested against your pillow and your eyes fell shut. You can recall the exhaustion deep in your bones, the yearning of your muscles for something soft to rest against, the slumbering satisfaction of finding the best spot in the bed. You are certain you are asleep. You drink the tea that Raina left out for you, the one that was meant to help regain your strength. You took a warm bath to wash away the grime and grease of what life was decided you must endure. You got another blanket, a softer one, from the chest at the end of your bed, to cover up the scratchy wool, one that was meant to keep you warm. You curled up in comfort, in softness, in safety. You are certain you are asleep. You must be asleep. How could you possibly be awake? No, you are asleep. You are asleep. You are staring at a golden flame. You are... Any idea what's causing this? This isn't me lying in bed and be like, go to sleep, just go to sleep. You're so exhausted, just go to sleep, please. Just go to sleep. Eyes are closed, it's dark out, you have the fan blowing on your face, just go to sleep.
Right, I would suggest putting your cursor where you're reading for this one.
Where I'm reading, okay.
Yep.
All right, any idea what's causing this? A cliff face, giant roots... A cliff's face, giant roots pouring from the rock. If she did, we wouldn't have needed X off the horse to the cliff it looms over. Oh, knock it off. Oh, God. Hello. It's killing her. Help us, help us, help us. Oh, knock it off, you two. Let me enjoy your last task before retirement. Besides, I said, we'll get some coffee later. Save it until we figure out what's right. Help, it's killing her. Help us, help us, help us. Oh, my gosh. Rainbow, what is... Oh, all of it. Oh, my gosh. Any idea what's causing this? By the gods, what is this thing? If she did, we wouldn't need X. Contain it, stop it, kill it. We can't let it escape. Oh my goodness. Rainbow, what did you do?
Mm,
There's something
there
in
might be
front of
some
you.
things happening.
Your Highness, what's wrong? What is? I promise they will know. I won't let your child down, Your Highness. Your Highness, no. They know, child. Your dollar sign, the child. It's
Oh,
almost.
there's the pronouns problem. I gotta fix that.
It's almost impossible to describe. What kind of unholy magic is it? I can't let you do this. I will fight you, Captain. I won't allow another heir to. Oh, Captain. Captain Ollie. Captain Draws. But it's a nightmare. Its body so close to being human, but unnaturally portioned. Limbs too short, yet simultaneously too long. Bones that flex and bend where they shouldn't. Huge, big eyes with 6 horrified faces trapped in the reflection. Darkness spilling out of its head. Its mouth open to reveal a thick row of teeth, nearly double the amount that had and all naturally belong. Then it screams. You see frost across your eyes, and you're ripped apart and thrown to the cold floor of your room with a crash. You swing round wildly, lurching to your feet in a panic. Your Highness? Your Highness? A loud knock at the door. Speak quickly, or we have no choice but to assume something's wrong. Nothing you need to worry about, it's fine. You can call back, feeling frantic. All 100% good in here. Right, came your disbelieving guard's voice. Do I need to fetch? No, I mean, I just leave it. Nothing's wrong, I'm fine. I'm going back to bed. You go to flop back on your bed, leaving your 2 guards softly murmuring to each other as background noise. You can't help but reflect on your nightmares. Could that have really been a dream? All those voices, all those places, the frost, the creature. Yeah, it was nothing more than a dream. You choose to sleep in peace. No, it's nothing like a normal nightmare. Something else is going on. Something's going on.
So
The
yeah,
text is fluctuating. It's
so if you read the whole text, that's one half of the story, and then when it flickers over, that's the other half. So if you read it in order, it makes sense too.
okay.
So there's your, yeah.
So if I go starting from the top, by God, what is this thing? A cliff-faced giant Bruce fruiting back. Contain it, stop it, kill it. We can't let it escape. It's killing her. It's killing her. Help us. There's something in front of you. I promise they will know. I won't let your child down, Your Highness. Your Highness, no. I can't let you do this. I will fight you, Captain. I won't allow another heir. Okay. 2 different conversations. I understand. Okay. Got it.
But they're all said by the same person.
Ooh,
Or well, each line is said by the same person saying the first line.
interesting. Ooh.
Who are these
The
people?
plot
Who will they
thickens.
be? The plot thickens. You think I write simple plots about dating simulators? No. I go off on wild tangents.
I think it's fair to say this is not a normal nightmare. This is no, I went to school and forgot my pants kind of nightmare. Uh-oh, we got an error.
Oh shit.
Um, let me know if I should be skipping something.
Okay.
It looks like it just has the error at the top.
Okay, hold up. Going.
Ms., what do you mean this is a totally normal nightmare? Welcome on in. Ms., you missed your part. You were in it earlier. You were one of the kitchen kids with Charlize, Christy, and Pestola.
Oh, okay. So we might have some repeat dialogue. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll tell you when to stop reading.
Tell me when to stop reading. Okay.
Yes, because they'll what yeah. Basically, because it reads how much energy you have to give you the right dialogue. But I think it might have been a little screwed. So now it's probably going to give you all 3. So just brace yourself.
Okie doke. When you finally wake up, a quick glance at Reina's schedule shows that you got some measurements to be taken for your coronation cape, followed by some free time after. You shake your head and banish your dream to the farthest corner of your mind. Tucked next to your grief, you choose to ponder what you do with that free time instead. Leaving your quarters, you instantly catch sight of your guards, Fangs and Kaio, and their anxious faces. The hall is practically empty, aside from a few passing servants, so you can only assume their anxiety stems from, well, you. It's technically not proper of ruler like to speak casually to your guards, but you are also inclined to care at the moment. Something is up.
Not inclined. You're not inclined to care at the moment.
Also not inclined to care at the moment. Something is up, and you would like to know why. You frown at them. What's up? Frang starts, exchanging a quick look at Kaio. We're a bit concerned. Are you okay? Kaio blurts out, looking regretful the moment the words leave her mouth. Hex said you were fine, but she didn't have the second sleeping shift. You said some concerning things. We weren't eavesdropping, Your Highness, just that you were a bit loud, Fangs interrupts, but you quickly raise your hand to cut both of them off. I know I woke up to Hax checking in, but what happened during the second sleeping shift? What was I saying? You ask, feeling anxious yourself. You don't recall having any more dreams after you woke up the first time around. The guards exchange glances before Kyle offers up. Something about Rootcliffe? You kept talking like you were having a conversation with someone. Fangs frowned at the word with someone, but says nothing else to Kyle. Continue. And you kept talking, yelling about something called Farfatted? Farfatted?
Faded. Faded.
Fatted. Sorry, I'm retconning your own story. It's fatted. Farfatted. You repeat back in confusion. What's that? We hope you would know. Fang said weakly. You shook your head. Not a clue. If I have some spare time, it suddenly occurred to you that while you were probably extremely late in your measurement appointment, you let out a string of curses which causes your guards to flinch. You apologize quickly and race off to your appointment. You have to practically sprint down the halls like your life depended on it, dodging a servants left and right. Your tailor is there with your aunt and a bunch of servants, and while your aunt doesn't lecture you in front of them, you know you're in for one. After your appointment, you have some extra time, hoping to use some of that valuable free time. You decide to. You're completely exhausted. You have no more strength for the extra events of this week. In fact, you should.
Hold up. Yeah, you might have to skip week 2. What the hell happened here?
Dang, that nightmare really took it out of me.
Welcome to Bug Debugging with me. I don't know where the hell that happened. Did it not give you your energy on the snow? Because that cutscene triggered.
It says 0 energy.
So that's weird. Why did it go down to 0? I don't. Because you got the cutscene. So that meant the energy was 3, and then it decided to fuck you down to 0. Okay, good to know. Okay, I'll have to fix that one. Okay,
Dang,
well,
even the fanfic is fucking me.
I know. Okay, we'll see how this goes. We're just gonna continue on. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Should I just rest until next week?
Well, you might not be fine, but we'll find out.
And that's how the stream ends, everybody know.
I'm gonna say, good thing we went to go see Uncle Emmett.
Woo! Rest until next week, then. You sleep, but you don't dream. Perhaps the endless quiet leaves you more awake than you think. Perhaps the lack of dreams leaves you more on edge than you think. Perhaps it was simply luck. You hear long before you open your eyes the falling of something heavy, a cracking of crystal. Your eyes flicker over, and all you can see is your bedroom's chandelier. A sharpened sphere of crystal aims straight for it. Oh boy. You don't possess much in the way of athletic prowess of unnatural reflexes. You possess an intense focus that you can lock in. You don't panic and instead flip over to the side, out of the way of the spear-like end of the chandelier, and shield your face from the flying crystal shrapnel. You then kick your feet to the side, letting them rest to the cold floor as you push yourself up and away from the damage. You know, who was it earlier that was like, you gotta watch out for that chandelier?
That was Hax. I panicked so hard. I was like, Hax, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Our guard called it out herself. Let's go, Hax.
Yep. Hax is my best guard.
You hear someone curse. And in the corner of your room, you see someone quickly aiming a longbow right at you. You don't have many options, but you lunge to your quarterstaff on your dresser and stand your ground. You call out loudly for help from your guards outside your room, but no avail. Death is spiraling towards you in the shape of an arrow, and it's do or die. And you have no plans of dying today. I came here to die and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of death. You feel a terrible presence. You could die here.
Okay. Okay, we'll see if this works.
Begin
We
battle.
might die.
We might die.
We might die.
Ray with
This is
30
remember
HP.
this
The
this is
assassin.
outside this is outside of the training ground, so it is very possible this is where we end today.
This could be where we end today. We're facing the assassin. The sassy assassin. The assassin. It's assassin. Let's do... it's do or die. We're power attacking. We're going hard. You land a powerful hit. 6 damage. The assassin uses Wild Swing. Both taking 4 damage. Alright. We're doing good. Doing good so far. We're higher damage, may miss. Power attacking our way through. We missed! It used a precision strike for 5 damage. Ooh, we're hurting. We're hurting. It's do or die. We gotta hit. Power attack for 7, and it attacks me for an additional 3. We're almost evened out. We're almost there. We're gonna
Oh,
survive.
God.
We got this. It's okay. Do I keep power attacking? Do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I've never been in combat.
You've never been in combat.
I only write the stories. I have no idea how players end them. I know it's possible. That is the only thing I check. Can you survive or not? And I checked it. There is a way to survive, but also, I don't know. Luck of the draw.
All right, we're powering. We critted 12 damage. They attacked me for an additional 2. Ray, please, we're fragile. We're just a little crab. All right. They're down to 9. 9 is not enough for a single power attack to hit and kill. Unless we crit again. Do we just start quick attacking? Doing little chip damage?
I have no idea. You tell me, bud.
I'm
You're in
thinking.
charge here. You're in the life or death battle. I'm just the,
The orchestrator.
God. I'm just God.
You're just God.
I'm just trying to fix my coding and playing as God.
Don't try to don't reach out to God. God can't help you here. Let's try a quick attack. Let's see how much damage a quick attack will do. It does 3. Okay. It did 3. What a time for ads to start.
Not in the middle of the death battle ads.
So we could do 1 power attack and hopefully just end this now.
You can.
Or we could do 2 quick attacks and hope we don't die next turn. In between the 2 of them. Potentially. I don't know if the 3 is like a weird roll hit situation. Like, the potential range thing. Power attack looked like it was ranging. There was there was a couple different numbers that got hit with the power attack.
All of them have a slightly different range, and then all of them can crit.
I'm thinking. I'm not pondering in order to kill time until the ads finish. I'm thinking.
No. Really think this through. It's
I'm
life
really
or death
thinking.
here.
This is life or death. We're down to 12.
You haven't unlocked any other powers. You're kind of like, you're at the basics here. You really have to think about it.
I mean, I just woke up from sleeping for a week-long coma. So, you know.
I know.
I'm kind of tempted to just quick attack it out for the rest of this. We have double the health that they do. I feel like we might be okay. They did hit us for a huge chunk of damage at the start, though. I don't know if it was 12 worth, but it was definitely like, if I can crit, I'm using the assumption they can also crit. And if they crit, I might die.
Yes, they can in fact crit. You are very wise.
It was a tough call. Alright. I think we're going to swing hard. We're going to power attack one more time. We missed!
Oh, God!
Okay, we got hit for 2. Alright, never mind. We're changing back strategy.
We're back in, gang!
We're back in. We can't miss twice in a row, right? We can't miss twice in a row. That's not possible.
Oh, God, why would you say that?
We can't do it. It's fine. We'll be fine. Power attack again. We defeated the boss assassin.
Okay, thank God.
Victory! You stand there, pantsless, panting, heavily out of breath, staring at the unmoving body of your would-be killer. You glance at your ruined bed, covered in crystal and shredded fabric, where visions of you being speared open. You stumble out of the hallway blindly and looking around for your guards. Faith, thank you, Lissy. 81% faith. Oh, Rainbow in the sky, please bless us.
Unfortunately, look, if you go to my god, you'll know why I have problems.
You find the hall empty.
Canonical.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a canonical reason why I'm not interfering. You can go see me at the table of the three fates.
You find the hall empty, so you pick a direction to hobble down and start to call out for your guards. Even a servant would do. Only your voice travels into more emptiness. You alone. All alone. You are easy pickings after that fight with your injuries. The arrows lodged into your body. You call out more, a note of desperation, unable to conceal in your voice. You just need someone, anyone, to hear you at this point. The halls remain empty, except the veiled portraits of your mother that loom over you. Your mind conjures up images of her body, smashed and broken, under rocks and under crystal, under arrows. Your body quickly joins hers, just as bloody and broken in your mind. You start to sprint as best as you can, still calling out in the emptiness as your voice breaks. You can't escape, you're alone, you're going to die, no one's coming to help. You're caught off guard by the floor suddenly exploding in a terrifying yet strangely familiar heat. Flames wrap closely around your feet, but not touching them. You freeze in place as the fires grow big and surround you, but they do not harm you. You simply hold you in place. You let yourself fall down into your hands and knees, exhaustion overtaking you, and you finally are able to catch your breath, choked as it may be. Good morning, Fangs. Congratulations, you're a guard in this brook.
Thanks.
You don't know how long you've surrounded in the safety of the Cinder King, but you eventually hear footsteps beating against the stone floor, and you look up to see Reyna sprinting after a trail of fire before the fire around you extinguishes itself. She looks completely frazzled, her eyes alight with barely concealed panic as she looks over you in horror. By the gods, are you okay? What happened to you? Reyna reaches out to help you up, but quickly pulls her arm back, hissing from the heat. You do your best to explain after your attack, a jumbled explanation of words, but Reyna listens intently, growing more and more concerned as you manage to get the key information out. By the time you finish your explanation, you're cool enough for Reyna to assist in helping you out. Fire as soon as Frank shows up? Exactly, Hacks. She slings your arm over her shoulder and begins to guide you forward. She mutters, reassures, and apologizes as you wince in pain. You watch her scan the hallway in confusion before she asks in a husky whisper, "Where are your room guards? Any guards?" "I don't know," you admit faintly. "There was no one around when I left the room. You're the first person I saw." Reyna is silent for a moment, her expression going through 1,000 different changes, but she's not as guarded this time. You can see her confusion, her concern, and worst of all, a sense of dread. There's a door ahead of you, and you can hear laughter echoing from inside. You don't recognize this section of the castle, and part of you can't help but tense up. Reyna then says, almost casually, "It was your chandelier that dropped first, right?" Yes, you say slowly, almost confused. Then they tried to fire their crossbow at me. Does the order matter? Perhaps not. Reyna's eyes met yours, something very intense in her stare as she said, "But that would be a most unfortunate death." There is something in the tone of her voice, the way she says it, that can't help but make part of you more suspicious about what Reyna knows and what she is keeping from you. Another part of you questions why it sounds familiar. Where have you heard it before? She then breaks her gaze and knocks loudly at the door. Oh god, I can't read this. Dr. Galaev? Dr. Galeev? Nurse Clues? You know, we need you now. Galeev? Galeev? Who am I butchering here? My god, who's that Playboy in the bottom right corner? Hi, Nick. Congratulations, Nick. We met you in the story. Your personality matches exactly who you are. Congrats, listing on the 99.
Sorry, I just feel like the biggest like explosion here. Oh god. I need another Kleenex, Jesus
You
Christ.
need to clean it.
This is a great way of emptying out my sinuses. I don't know what you're talking
Oh my
about.
goodness.
Okay, so it's Dr. Go Alive.
Dr. Go Alive.
Yes, as a Dr. Go Live.
Got you. Okay. Nick being at 9% is about right. Ms. being at 96% is also very much about right. There's heartbeat before the door opens, and Nurse Cluess takes one look at you before chaos explodes. You're rushed into the closest bed. A cloth is washed over your body to get the copious amounts of blood off you. Someone presses a flask to your lips, and you drink instantly, recognizing the painkiller within it. Exhaustion has caught up, but you look at Reyna, who pulls the flask away from you, and you manage to get out. I know the Cinder King brought you to me, but thank you anyway. There is a sliver of heartbreak that can't be hidden fast enough before Reyna says, the most gentle you've ever heard her. That wasn't just the Cinder King. I wouldn't survive if it was that case. No, that fire was yours. His power. Your will. As is the right of the heir. We're just lucky that it happened when he could reach you. Rest now, though. I need to speak to the captain. Reyna then leaves, and you're unable to keep yourself awake much longer, falling asleep to the noise of Dr. Go Alive and Nurse Clueless's emergency medical care. You rest. When you awake, you awake to the recovery rooms to about 12 dogs surrounding your bed. Your uncle slumped asleep in the chair next to you, and your aunt's low voice talking to someone just behind the privacy screens, blocking your bed from the rest of the recovery rooms. You stifle a groan and strain to hear the conversation. And that means what? We might have been expecting assassins, but the fact that someone got in is beyond unacceptable. I didn't think when my dearly departed queen died, I was going to have to watch her son die too, your aunt's voice hissed out. I don't know if I can afford to believe that. You're out of commission for weeks because you couldn't protect the queen, and then when you finally get back into command, Ray almost dies. Aunt Avia, practically snarls the last word out. You are either incompetent or far more comfortable than regicide than I believed you would be. I'll find out who did this. Your aunt practically screeches like a banshee, finding out? What do you mean, find out? Has anyone been working on This conversation is over, your aunt says. And then, well, you don't quite remember. There's Pain, an old friend at this point, and you fall back into your dreams. You know it's a dream, as the pain leaves you gently. You're sitting next to a warm fire that doesn't flicker, even in the wind. Strange foliage surrounds you that you recognize vaguely as all sorts of ghost plants, flowers, mushrooms, tall grass, but they're missing their ghostly hue. They're all, well, rainbow-colored? Oh, I missed my own date. Oh, hi, Lee. Welcome on in. Yes, you did miss our date with you. We succeeded. I S-plus it.
He did.
There's an error message here.
Yeah, this passage is actually having a lot you just don't see. I know they're there because we're missing half the dialogue.
Love it. Okay. Then it's been caught. The fire bends to your will of the wind, and you know of one deity that has control over flames that would like to speak to you again. Seek answers through the Cinder King, or you're not interested in the Cinder King hurting you again. I mean, he did protect us, theoretically. Ray knocked you out of the park. I really did. I read the prompts, like, what do you want to do with Lee? And I'm like, I know exactly how my conversations with Lee should go. First, I led it with a dumb joke, got you to smile. Then I asked you about your instruments. And then we had a conversation, which loosened you up. Proceeded to be completely side-railed by the fact that Nick busted in and was like, how dare you meet with Lee when I'm right here. Your instruments, uh-huh, uh-huh. Instrument. We'll leave it at that. It was great. All right. Just want to confirm with you. The error that popped up, I can still pick these two options, or should I not?
Uh, you can try.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. If you break the game, it's fine. I'm currently going through bug fixing right now. I don't know why energy's no longer working.
Is it no longer working? Yeah, no, we're still at 0.
Yeah. We're still at 0, which means the rest of the weeks are not going to work unless I can fix that really fast. This might not, I don't know, it might re-trigger if you pick an answer. We'll see. Okay. I don't know. We're panicking here now, right?
It's fine. No panicking. We're good. We got interrupted mid-sleep by an assassination attempt. It makes sense we have 0 energy right now. It is a miracle that you can have thousands of questions in your head but lack the words to get them out. Even in your dreams, finding questions that unveil the answers you seek seem to evade you. However, the Cinder King doesn't wait for you to find the words. Instead, as if knowing your time in this dream is limited, the fire burns bright enough for you to shield your eyes. When you open them, you're watching a man you don't recognize sit in a cell, one that is deep in a dungeon. The guards chat amiably with him. They deliver him a plate of food, and he gives an almost gesture-like bow to them. Then, as the guards leave, his expression shifts into something more serious. He taps at furthest bricks from the door in a strange combination. The 5th brick, the 1st brick, the 8th brick, and back to the 5th brick. I'm not memorizing that. Suddenly, the wall.
You don't have to. Don't worry.
Okay, good. I was like 5, 8, 5, 1, 5. Wait, hang on.
Don't bother memorizing it. It's not as important as you think it is.
Okay. Suddenly, the wall opens in a groaning shift, and the man grabs his cell torch and the food, walking down the hidden passageway. You think for a moment that you're going to watch a prison break, but he walks with too much familiarity. Then he comes to a stop in front of a drop. You watch him drop the food in, and you hear a loud, unnatural scream. You peer over the edge and instantly flinch back as the creature from the other dream looks up, trapped in a pit. It seems to look straight at you. Then you awake. You wake up with a startling amount of energy. Your body is still well a wreck, that it would putting it nicely, but you feel great right now. You've got so much to live for now that you've definitely not dead. And you know being assassinated probably means you got some free time. Probably. You're actually not sure when this high is going to end, but you're going to ride this energy boost while you crash. You pop out of your bed, causing your uncle to practically fall over backwards in his chair. Whoa, Ray, easy, kiddo. I have things to do, you say in a strange cheer. Time to get moving. You nearly died. You've been asleep for days. Uncle Eminette stumbled to his feet. Shouldn't take things easy? You pause to level to look at your uncle. I'm the one who nearly got murdered. I get to decide how I spent my recovery. I believe that is the doctor that decides that. You turn to see Nurse Cluess pushing back the curtain. However, he's currently crashing out over the fact that you can summon Cinder King's power before being fully bonded, so I'm going to be doing that job. You hear a distant voice, Dr. Golav, yell back in response, Oi! I shouldn't be possible, I'm cooking here, Cluess! You never heard of an heir do this before? We were also never had the heir nearly die before actually claiming the crown. Nurse Cluess mutters before going to the world's fastest checkup. Is Ray alright? Uncle Emmett asks worriedly. I feel fine, I say in that strange cheer again. What?
Someone please click Dr. Go Live. I hate that in my life. That was the fun. I gotta send that to who it is. We haven't revealed who that character is, but we need that so badly. I'm crying.
That's precisely why I'm worried, your uncle sighs. Nurse Cluess then shook her head in response to your uncle. Don't be. He will be perfectly fine. Exhaustion notwithstanding, but let him ride his feeling out. He will crash and burn eventually. So I'm good to go? You ask, practically bouncing on your feet with energy. Indeed, she nods in return to you. Continue as normal. You'll get tired eventually. Hopefully, Raina will have your quarters cleaned up by then. Your uncle sighs in relief. Perfect. I'll let Avia know before I can get back to the grounds. And just like that, you have all this energy to burn and so many places to be. Alright, I think we're back. Yep, we have 3 energy again. Whatever you did, fix it.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Thank goodness for that.
Alright,
Okay. Okay. Should work now, and hopefully I will fix part 2 for the community games. I don't know what happened. I'm still working on it.
it's all
Or
good.
bug fixing.
I'm thinking we go through this week, and that's what we'll, like, leave it.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
You can always you can save, of course. Saving should be fine. I might just send you a new copy though, because I would like you to experience week 2. So we'll see. We'll see.
We totally experienced week 2. What do you mean? We got assassinated attempts.
That's supposed to be at the nighttime of week 2, not the daytime. Or well, it's kind of ambiguous about that part. Anyways, yeah.
Anyway, not a big deal. All right. Well, we skipped an entire week, so I think we owe the harem another visit, at the very least.
Oh boy, this could also go crashing. Okay, brace ourselves.
Okay, we got the same text again at the beginning, it looks like.
Ah, fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
well, I don't think that's gonna be. Yeah, okay, that's broken then. You're welcome to see if you can get another S date. It's not supposed to do that though. It's supposed to take you right to Lee's second date.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So then don't do this?
Well, you can, but it's gonna be a repeat of that first minigame.
So what I'm hearing is maybe we should go with someone else this time.
You were welcome to. It will also still be a minigame because your date 1 is always the minigame version.
Alright. You love debugging? It's alright. It was
Yeah, okay. I think I got week 2 fixed, but I'm gonna quickly go through it, and then I got all the other ones I need to fix. Oh my god, okay. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine.
Deep breaths. No panic. Everything's fine. We're all good. The fact that we made it 3.5 hours into this is already impressive. Alright. Well, if we're not doing a repeat of Lee, that leaves Nikel, Rule, or Raliga as options. We do have Nick in the chat right now.
Can we get an S tier date with Nick?
Can we S tier a Nick or fail miserably? Both of those are totally viable options. We did get a peek at Nick earlier with the Lee date.
Yes. I will say there will be some repeated stuff here just because that is the Virtue Hub date when it's supposed to go. You're supposed to technically complete wall of 1 before you can go to another one. Technically.
Technically. But error.
We're having so many errors!
Alright, let's go with Nikel. With the date arranged, you spend the rest of your day idly finishing up tasks that Reina has requested for your coronation. Fitting and decision-making regarding said fittings, all things that don't require much energy. By the time Yuva steals you away for your date, you have almost forgotten about it completely. Yuva brings you one of the many drawing rooms in the castle, opening a door with a flourish to welcome you inside. You enter to find your concubine? Harem member? Date? You're not sure what the correct term seated in a chastened reading. Nikel closes the book in hand and sets it aside, smiling at you. Hello, Your Highness. Won't you come in? Have a seat. Uva practically pushes you across from the other lounging couch. Of course he will. I'll leave you two alone. I'll be back with some scrumptious snacks so you don't get too carried away. Your financial and romance advisor scurries away, closing the door behind you with a gentle whoosh. You're alone now with Nikel, sitting in what you can only discover as someone taking the marble and stone decor of the castle and attempting to make everything out of it, Even the couches haven't been spared. With snacks on the way and a date looking at you expectantly, what will you do first? Well, what do you know about Nickel? Yeah, you got nothing. You don't need know anything about Nickel, so you're just going to have to wing it. Begin the date and fly blind. Alright. Same thing as with the Lee date. We have 1 of 3 attempts to woo Nickel. Date looks at you expectantly.
Let's see if you can do it.
Time for you to charm them. Attempt to make a light conversation. Ask Nickel some questions. Make a dumb joke. Sincerely compliment them. Ask if they have any board games in here. Ask if they have any instruments in here. Get carried away instantly. Who needs to ask? How to woo Nick?
Nick, you're in chat. What would you like?
What would make Nick wooed? Light conversation would woo him, I feel. Asking Nickel some questions could woo. I feel like a dumb joke is not the way to go with Nick. Complimenting. They have a pretty big ego from what we've seen. So compliment could fall on deaf ears to a degree. Do they have any board games?
What?
I don't know if that would be a good thing for Nick. Ask if they have any instruments. Probably not. That seemed very Lee based.
Maybe.
Let's start with. We'll start with a compliment. Your date beams at you. Clearly, you stumbled across something that makes your Nickel happy. Continue the date. All right. Attempt number 2 now.
All right. How we go? How we do it? How we do it?
How we doing? How we going? What are we doing? What are we doing? All right. We complimented. Nickel appreciated the compliments. Let's ask some questions. Nothing better than being grilled on a first date about what it is that you do. Your date nods slightly, but doesn't say anything else. Maybe not the best choice. Oh, shit. Shit, we're fumbling. We're fumbling, chat. We're fumbling.
No. You fumbled.
We're fumbled.
You fumbled.
We're fumbled. Oh, no.
You
How do we
lost
recover?
S+ now.
Oh, God. Light conversation. Light conversation. Your date leans in closer to you. Well done, Ray. The door suddenly swings open. And the door swings open and in strolls Religa, eating a bowl of her favorite dessert. She wanders halfway into the room before looking at you and Nickel. She swallows a mouthful and says rather awkwardly, "Oh, I thought we were going on a date." You blink in confusion. "I'm pretty sure I asked for it." "What?" Nickel stands up and slams on her feet. "How dare you? I didn't think someone else would woozy on in my time with His Highness." Religa sniffs and mumbles out, "I didn't mosey in. Perhaps we should schedule for the same time?" "At the same time?" Nickel gasps again. "You think His Highness would make a mistake? Heresy." You try again. "No, I'm pretty sure I asked for me." Religa interrupts, not meeting your eyes. "At least that's what I was told. It's not your fault." Nickel spins around you. "We must talk to Uva at once. This is an embarrassment, a completely ruined time for His Highness. How will I make up for this?" "I don't think that's a big deal. You tried for a final time. What's going on?" Uva interrupted from the door, holding a platter of snacks. "Oh, it's just terrible. This date is ruined." Nickel practically sobs into Uva's shoulder, sending the snacks scattering on the floor. "Not the snacks again, no!" Religa finally meets your eyes before glancing over at you, and the door opens repeatedly. You stand up and slip out with increased insanity that interrupts your date. You don't even get a chance to have snacks. You don't even really have a chance to say goodbye to your date as Religa closes the door with an apologetic face. Well, you have to try this date again. Some other time. Dang, Rallig. Interrupting.
Rallig.
With a rather abrupt end to your first day with Nickel, you head back to your quarters. You can't help but wonder how you did on your date. You wave to your guards as you end your room and as you rest for a bit. You doze with all sorts of weird images popping in your head. Oh well, you're not going to think about it too hard. Trope bonus of 7,013. Global and cultural perspective bonus of 5,747. Low self-esteem bonus of negative 2586. Not being an ass bonus is 56-57. Harem jealousy is -1389 with a total grand score of A plus. You know, not bad. Still got an A plus. Pretty dang
Still
good.
got an A plus.
Not the S plus that we got with Lee, but A plus is all still good.
No, I guess you true love. You'll know.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well,
All
I'm not
right.
gonna think about it too hard.
I got. Yep. Don't think about it too hard as I figure out how I'm gonna debug this damn thing.
You're beginning to come off your energy high, able to feel your weariness and your bones grow. Your muscles, however, are still burning bright with all the things you can get done with this extra time. You check in with the recovery rooms. A different nurse, Nurse Ming, is on duty. And she is kind enough to hand you a bottle of that liquid pain medicine that you are beginning to fall in love with. With a swig of it, you check on your rooms. A maid is changing out your bedding from the shards. You do your best not to disturb him as you leave the vial of medicine on your bedside for later. You still want to use this time well. Can't believe Nick didn't want to talk about it. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. What do you mean asking Nick questions about himself resulted in him being disappointed?
Yeah. Well, I can't say anything about that. That's a spoiler. I know exactly why.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right. Also, shout out Nurse Ming making an appearance,
Nurse Bang.
as well as random unnamed maid man changing the bedroom bedding out. So,
Yeah. I don't know who it is. We'll figure it out later.
we'll figure it out later. Uh-huh. Maybe he was the assassin. The assassin.
Well, the assassin is dead because you killed them.
Oh,
So
true,
you'll have to
true.
go talk to someone who would know about this assassin.
This is assassin. Sassy assassin. Sassy assassin.
Yeah. I think you might be able to figure out who that might be by the name.
I can't possibly imagine who might be the name. What sass in it.
Yeah, no idea. Mystery.
So, I feel like we keep being hinted at by these three fates. It might be time to go to the Temple of the Three Fates.
Sure. I think it's gonna break on one of them. I'm pretty sure the seer will be broken because I had to fix that when I went to go visit. So
Okay.
that might be broken, but the other two should be okay.
Well, we'll
Or at
figure
least
it out as we
one.
go.
We'll figure it. When we get the giant error, I'll send you a better version. I promise. I promise.
It's all good. You decide to go pray to the Three Fates for guidance and advice. Although you could pray to the Cinder King, considering your last visit with him, you're not eager to repeat the experience of feeling like your blood is boiling from the inside out. And you are not eager to repeat the experience, and you put the thought out of your mind as you walked from your room down to the courtyard. Walking westward and climbing upward to the tallest tower, you enter the private royal temple dedicated to the Three Fates, a trio of minor void gods whose influence the Cinder King tolerates? You pause as you reach the temple's silver handle and reach the conclusion that you don't actually know why the Cinder King tolerates this trio of void gods. Praying to any other god would be heresy. Not that any one in Cinder King door. Sorry, my brain is fried.
That's okay. I'm fried too.
Praying to any other god would be heresy. Not that anyone in Sindor would particularly pray to any other deity but the Cinder King. And these three. You try to recall if you were taught anything about this religious exception. Well, you try to recall, honestly, anything about the Three Fates, but frankly, with the amount of information your tutor stuffed in your head, you're surprised that you can remember that there's any religious exception at all. You shake your head, clearing your mind before pulling the temple door open. Laos, ayo, welcome on in.
Laos. The mate can be Laos. That can be my new headcanon.
That's up to Laos.
Laos, do you want to be a mate who shows up for one scene?
The towering temple is carved with cinder gray stonework. A mosaic of rainbow tiles make up its roof. Each wall is painted carefully with a different mural. You uncomfortably recognize the scarlet mural of the eyeless plague victims, their hands reaching out for help and their faces. What's left of their faces is it's not often you can hear a painting. but this one, you can hear the endless screams echoing perfectly in your skull. The mural transitions into another, showing the fleeing survivors painted in a fine detail with ivory white, but the portions are off. Too big of eyes, too small of ears, too thick of bodies. You suppose it's an artistic choice to distort the viewer, as the plague certainly distorted the Alanic people. You distinctly remember this one being the one that freaked you out most when you were little. You don't remember exactly why this one sent you into hysterical sobs and made you hide under your mother's glittering gold cloak. You recall her laughter and her gentle reassurance as she bent down to pet your head, encouraging you to come out from your refuge that was her cloak. You pull yourself from memory to look at the next mural. You recognize the gold and crimson mural of Ellen's destruction, a city surrounded in fire and ash, a man with a cracked crown and cracked head falling down into the city as it burns. The final mural shows the fire parting, and around the cinder shard crown, impossibly detailed and almost lifelike, fitting exactly how you remember it looking when it was upon your mother's head. The ivory white survivor is sitting safely underneath the cinder shard crown and perfectly lined up the black stone altar in the center of the room. 3 thick, tawny roots twisting down from the roof of the altar. Each of the 3 roots has been wrapped and wreathed in ribbons to wrench them down the altar. Green, white, red. The storyteller, the seer, and the secret keeper. No one else in this temple but you and the 3 fates. You settle in front of the altar. 3 ribbons hold the end of the root down in front of you. Who do you want to pray to? The storyteller, error, or the secret keeper?
Yeah. If you'd like to figure out why what some little crossover bit, that is the storyteller. The secret keeper actually won't do very much for you because you haven't unlocked any secrets.
Okay. Oh, I guess we've been pigeon railroaded into the storyteller, it sounds like.
Sorry, I would let you go see the seer, but the seer's corrupt.
You're fine. Storyteller it is. You reach towards the root tied in the storyteller's green ribbon, letting your hand rest against it and closing your eyes. You let your mind fall silent, filled with the desire to speak to the storyteller, and only the storyteller, praying for any advice they are able to give you. You aren't expecting much, but you feel a warmth in your hands, spreading up your arms and into your face. A clear, warm voice pulses around your head. It speaks with the gravity of someone telling an epic tale, but you feel a sense of pushed down excitement within the voice, as if they're trying not to seem too eager. Hi, this is the storyteller. Please leave your thoughts and prayers as the temple, as I'm currently navigating another tale. I'll get back to you as soon as this tale is over. Don't touch the coin, it's a trap! Then it's rushed, the warmth quickly fade away, leaving you alone again. You shiver as you open your weary eyes, feeling significantly more tired. You try to contemplate what their message meant. And that's it.
Wait.
That's where the story ends.
Ah, shit. Oh my god. Oh, wait, why is that? Is it checking? Oh god, okay. It's checking something you don't have, so you can't leave.
That's funny. Well.
Oh my goodness, what a disaster.
Nah, you're fine. This was that ending that you mentioned earlier, where I could have hit this about 2 hours ago if I went here first.
Actually, the ending was the one when you almost went to get carried away with the harem. I'm like, okay, we're gonna end this fast. Yeah, shit, we didn't save at all, so I can't even have you save out of here. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I got a lot of errors to fix.
It's all good.
Thank you for indulging me, though.
You're fine. We made it to week 3. We slept through week 2. We're level 2. And our personality is, apparently I'm very cruel as a person, but I'm very outgoing and impulsive. And a little deceitful.
You actually haven't unlocked any of the cruel events, so you're not there yet.
Not yet, but stat-wise.
There's there's a reason why kindness and cruelty are a different color than the other stat bars. I'll just say that.
And then...
That's not an error, that's intentional.
terms of dutifulness and rebelliousness, I'm very down the middle, which is
You've
very
not made a
accurate, I feel.
single decision.
Not made any single decisions. But yeah, I think that's
Crap.
where we're gonna have to leave it because that's where our story
Yep.
is. We managed to go on a date with
That is
Lee.
our-
We went on a date with Nick. Uh, we met a lots of fun people. We got Aunt Avia and Uncle Eminette. We got
Mhm.
Raina, Rainbow. We've got Ms. Charlize, Christy, Pestola, Pestolel. I forget what the. I think it was Pestola.
Yeah, it's
Technically,
Pestola.
yeah. Um,
I mean, they're all bullshit names anyway, so.
we met the Arcanist Kiri. We met the Wizard in Waiting Experience. Um, we met the four guards: Tossel, Hax, Kaio, Fangs. We met Grapes, our Uva, Anis, and our harem options of Lee, Nickel, Rule, Religa, and Farol. Rala? I think I said that right. Farol, who we'll never see because they're always in jail.
Well, you will see them, but you'll never be able to date them.
I'm sure there were other people that we popped in. We had Nurse Ming, we had Nurse Clues pop in.
Yes. Have you figured out who Dr. Go Live is?
Dr. Go Live, probably Kokoro, if I had to take a
Yes.
guess.
So I want to reiterate that voice you gave was voice. That is why I lost my mind. Because that was the funniest way you could have impersonated Kokoro.
Well, it was fun. Kokoro Go Live, exactly.
Yes.
That's what my brain went to. It was like, all right, who has the Go Live redeem? And I think that I was like,
Yeah,
that's
this
Kokoro.
this fanfiction took so long that Kokoro started streaming. Like, this is how old this is.
We haven't really met. I'm sure the Queen is probably somebody. Maybe,
Queen,
maybe I don't
mom's
know.
dead.
Well, mom. But we haven't met it. Really met
No,
any
the
notes.
mom is not actually anyone. Mom is a completely original character for this story.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So no one had that weird expectation of you're now my mom.
Yeah.
So I just was like, you know what? I was just like, you get your own mom. Everyone gets their own mom. You all share a mom.
We all share mom. We met Captain Draws, who is clearly not Ollie, and previous Captain
Uh,
Ray Rhea, and I'm trying to think what other names we've run into. If there were anybody. Oh, we met Nat.
Nat,
Nat, who
who doesn't have food.
no food, is a peasant.
Willow,
We did
my
meet Willow.
only named animal.
We met Allie, the pickle.
Yep. Experience was met as her wizard form.
Yep. We didn't meet Lissy.
We missed Lizzie.
We
Lizzie's
missed?
actually we didn't miss Lizzie, but Lizzie is in week. Actually, no, we did miss Lizzie. We did miss Lizzie because you were too what is it? Week. Yeah, you would have met Lizzie if you were a bit more dutiful. You were
Dang.
unfortunately not dutiful enough to meet Lizzie.
I'm not committed enough to be able to hang out with Lissy. That's so unfortunate. Speaking out with
Yeah,
hanging out
sorry,
with
sorry.
Lissy, we're doing the UK and the Europe meetups for Lissy. I'm gonna be attending one of them. I don't know which one, but she is planning those in her Discord. So
Oh my goodness. If only I had money. I have a stupid full-time job and I'm working on this. I don't have money. That's so sick.
well, thank you again, Rainbow, for building this fanfic.
Yes. Sorry, it's kind of a mess. I'll do more debugging.
No, you're fine. Like this was so much fun. This is great. There was so many fun references and people and things. It was so good.
Well, I did
I'm
say
having-
I did
I've
warn
had
you at the
a lot of
beginning.
fun.
70. This is all jokes, all bits that no one remembers.
We love you. Exactly. Round of applause for Rainbow for being amazing and doing all this work. Thank you to everybody
You guys are too sweet.
who gifted subs for this subathon to hit this goal. as well as everyone who's stuck around since then to be able to
Mhm.
watch and enjoy the read along with us.
Alright.
Um,
Yes.
yep,
Ray still has dibs, so it will not be released yet. It will be released eventually. So keep your eye out in the Discord if you want to play. If you do play it, let me know. I want to be there.
true. Also, if you enjoyed any part of it, if you want to make anything that's fun, if you were like, oh, I want to draw part of this for uh, some of the scenery or something that got mentioned, some of the
Yeah,
interactions
we
that
didn't even
happened.
get to see any of the artwork. That is so sad. That's all right.
Oh, it's fine. You want to play?
We'll
Yeah.
get it next. We'll get their experience.
Yeah. Let Rainbow do a little bit more debugging, I think. And then whenever she feels
So
like
much
it's
debugging.
good to share, we'll do it.
I'll add it. Let's see. We got 5 more away for 500 followers. So either when I finish
Ooh.
it debugging or we get 5 more people. That's
Oh.
one of the two.
Oh.
Whatever comes
You're
first.
putting it out there. Be careful.
I'm putting it out there. I will have to do. If 5 people follow right now, I will be screaming and doing all of that Sunday. I'll be doing a massive debug. There you go, Ray. Okay, I've done my advertising. I've done my promo.
Yeah, but you're gonna make 5 alt accounts.
Because yeah, and yeah, thank you for letting me do this, Ray, and having so much patience with me because this took way longer than I intended. I did plan for this to be finished in August, and we are now in February.
It worked
So
out.
I pre- I appreciate it. Thanks for being so patient with me.
All good. But I think with that, we are gonna end the stream here. Thank you for
Yeah.
everybody who came out and hung out with us and enjoyed the chaos. Where are we going? Where do people want to go
Um,
after this?
who's live? Who's live?
Hang on,
Is
are
there anyone in the
they?
fanfic who is live? I don't see anyone.
I do have a couple people that are live in my following thing that we could go to.
Yeah. Pick someone who's okay with us being freaks.
I mean, you know me. Let's go to Sora.
Okay.
Sora is she doesn't go live very often, so grab the raid message. If you are subscribed, if you got a gifted sub today, make sure to thank the person you got it from.
Yeah, thank you, experience.
Yeah. If you are a follower, apparently we're 5 away from from 500. So drop a
We
follow if you
are.
aren't already. And next stream we'll be doing is on Monday. We're returning with uh, the next part of the Pokemon Soul Link with Felix, potentially the last part of it.
Ooh. Yeah, we
Depend.
didn't even see Felix yet. Oh, that's another one we had to
Oh
get.
yeah, we haven't seen Felix yet either. It's crazy.
He's endgame though.
All right. But with that, we're gonna head on out. So have a good one, everybody. Bye bye.